Happy Saturday! Happy Saturday! Hey, what's up, fam? I'm back. Hey, Regina. Good morning to you, baby. Happy Saturday. I'm back, and today we back with a variety show. But how was your weekday? How was your weekday? Well, mine was good. Not so great. Let me tell you something. I had sciatica pain and the whole week, and that. Thank you, Queen Diva. And that pain kicked my arse, and it's still bothering me. So I don't know how long I'll be sitting up. I don't know how long, because the more you sit up, the more pressure you put on it. Now I have been exercising, and for anybody with sciatica and they have that pain, the best thing is only 3 or 4 exercises you could do to get that pain up off of that nerve. But that joker sits on that nerve, and I could barely sleep because of the pain. Now I have, like, I have some medications and stuff I take for it, and a ice pack and heating pack. However, that joker hurts, and it keeps me awake sometimes. So I haven't been able to sit up to do lives, and that's where I've been. Where you been, Mz.Teavalocity? I've been down with pain. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna get up from here after the show and do a couple of stretches and exercise. That helps. It gets I have spinal stenosis, so it's the narrowing of my spine. So that nerve is your major nerve, your longest nerve in your body. And when that joker gets to hurting, it gets to hurting. So I try to get the pressure up off of the nerves, so I won't be in so much pain. But that's where I was at. That's why I haven't came to the live. But I had so much to talk about. I've been over there at the circus. Give it up for the circus. I've been at the circus. I've been all around. I've been at Poetic Flacco. I got a little bit about him, about the Nolan Wells situation, the offer Coon. But we gonna break the ice with a funny little clip that I got from Instagram. Then we gonna talk about the woman who somehow, I'm not too clear if she left from New York to go over to Vegas to meet someone, but she ended up dead. But Diva was telling me a few minutes ago that they found her near airport, but she had fell down an embankment. So I don't know. I guess that's what they caught on camera. However, I don't know the clear purpose of why she went to New York in the first place. 63-year-old beautiful woman. We'll run that story, but they did find her. Unfortunately, her family had been looking for her. Then Diva tells me about the power outage in Gary, Indiana. You better get ready. You better have things in place because it could be coming to you soon. Yeah, let me tell you, some of this shit is planned. So make sure you do have things in place in case you get a power outage. I know a lot of us have our phones and stuff on us, but make sure that you have some type of lighting. Of course, you want to make sure you have plenty of, water and things like that. But they have these outlets that you can have that, I don't know, from your car you could charge, and we know in your car you could charge your phone. But make sure you are prepared because it's not just going to be Gary, Indiana, it's going to be other places as well. They run a commercial, or it comes across my news feed all the time about buying different things for an outage. Like I said, a lot of these things are predicted because the the reason why it's predicted is because they are the creators of a lot of things that go on in our world today. So they predicted. So now they selling all these different things as a survival pack. So make sure you have a survival pack ready because it could be coming near you. Okay? So that's an unfortunate thing for Gary, Indiana. Of course, they got a suit going on. I don't know how far that'll go. But prayers go out to Gary, Indiana. Hopefully their power will come on soon. We're going to talk about Chrisean Rock. Chrisean Rock and her baby and the circus, Blueface and Nevaeh and the new girl, India. That's entertainment over there. It might not be the entertainment you like, but it's just as messy as anywhere else you go. But the circus and the baby, and my thoughts on that, my thoughts on what's going on there with them, and of course, Nolan Wells. So we get this, DM. This is not the first time this DM have surfaced, though, saying that this person witnessed something that was going on, an altercation. And again, we have to be careful of the news we receive via social media because some of this stuff are purposely thrown into a situation or put in front of our faces to create chaos so we'll be confused. So that I saw that body was found near Las Vegas airport. My heart goes out to the people in Indiana. Yes, I hope that you will feel better soon. I will, hopefully with my pain, I will. I am working on it. I know it's exercises I can do. So we're gonna talk about a lot of things today. So get ready, get your coffee, get your tea. Of course, I'm not a sponsor, but I have my large iced caramel coffee with extra caramel and extra cream. Diva is on the phone every morning when I order them. I order it 7 days a week, right? Years ago, maybe a couple of years ago, I made my own container, but I just stopped, and get it from McDonald's and keep it moving. But they're not a sponsor. That's just something I drink. One of my favorites. So I hope you guys are ready because this is going to be a variety show. But I'm gonna start off with this. So we all know what's going on with Stephen Smith. Again, Mz.Teavalocity sometimes be behind, baby. I be behind. So we know he's like another coon, him and Officer Coon Coon. So here was a little clip I ran across yesterday on my news feed, and I want to play it for you all because it is so damn funny. Hold on. Let me stop this. Wait, this is funny, but this is really portraying these coons, him and Stephen Smith. I got to get the share screen. Thank you for joining me. Make sure all 8 of you hit that like button. I found this to be funny. Oh, no. Here it is. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I know you all can see it, right? You can see it. So let me put it on a bigger screen so you can see it. Let it take up the whole screen. Hold on.
You be a good field hand, you can stay here.
Yeah, this looks like it might be good. Man, hold on, that dude look like me.
He looks like a fine young buck. I'll take him. How much? Please, Massa, don't make me go. I shall stay. I shall be good, Massa. On second thought, I don't have any real use for you anyway. Can I stay? Yes, you can stay.
All right, let's see what's up.
Now, I just found that to be funny, y'all. I really found that to be funny. Hold on. Let me get my spot. I don't know why this thing does that. You guys can see me, but at one point it narrows, so I can't see. But I know you can see me. But I found that to be funny because both of those men are what I call coons, pure coons. So I was over at Poetic Flacco. I go over there quite a bit, and he's on all day. Some of these, shout out to Poetic Flacco, Tisa Tells, Trent Out Loud, Nancy Grace, and other network platforms that's keeping Nolan Wells' story alive. Again, we really have no answers, but they keep throwing shit in the mix. Now, are they getting closer to finding out what really happened to Nolan Wells? It's hard for me to think that they are. I think a lot of this shit is thrown in. Each day something else comes out just to keep us confused. Thank you, good audio. Make sure you thumbs up the video and you can share it. If you're not a subscriber, consider becoming one. I would appreciate it very much. So a lot of stuff is always thrown at us to get us confused. Now, this DM came across, right? This is not the first time this DM came across, but this is like the second time of me hearing about this supposedly couple who wrote this DM, and I'm gonna get this DM because I wonder if it's valid. But Nancy Grace had Officer Coon on, and he was, hold on, I'm trying to find the clip. And he pretended like he didn't know. So here's this clip, you guys, of this DM that's going around. Supposedly this lady, they got it off her Instagram. They didn't know who she was. When they went back to see, trace where this message came from, her page was private, so you couldn't get on. So I don't know if this was given to the authorities, but let's get a clear understanding. No matter what these people in Mississippi find out, they're still going to do what they're doing. Cover this up because it was too many prominent people, children involved in this situation. Everybody on that end already knows what happened to Nolan Wells. They know what happened to him. Now, again, it doesn't matter what audio go to them, what DM go to them, what type of evidence go to them. They're still going to do much as they can do to cover this whole thing up. So, again, my belief is the justice won't come from them doing their job. If anything, it'll be from a civil suit. I don't even know. Okay, thank you, Regina. So let me get this up and share with you all in case you haven't seen this DM. But Officer Tatum pretended like, okay, so let's see. Let's share it. Let me make it bigger. Let me make it bigger and, oh, where's the sound? Hold on.
Brandon Tatum, can we talk about a potential witness to an altercation? And she seems to suggest it was over Katie. Why? Don't know what the altercation was. Maybe it was, hey, leave her alone and get on the boat, or leave her alone, she's my girlfriend, or it could be anything. But if there is a witness placing Nolan seemingly in the water, I can't tell that, but having an argument with another person, a partier at Horn Island, that is significant. It could prove or disprove your friend's timeline.
Well, Nancy, I think that it's a big obstacle to climb here because I've never heard of this altercation whatsoever. Nobody that I've talked to have alluded that this altercation was real. And also Katie, whom I saw her text messages, she didn't even say this altercation occurred. What I will say is that if I was an investigator in this investigation, I want to hear that. I want to be able to compare that information to other things that we may have or other witness statements. But I don't think it's significant because it doesn't show if Nolan Wells was actually killed in that altercation. She's claiming that there was an altercation between him arguing with somebody else. There was a potential fight, but that doesn't get me to how did he drown? How did he get in the water? And how did he not recover and come home to his family?
Now, Officer Tatum saying he never heard of that, right? But let me play this clip because Poetic Flacco is on it. So let me play this clip because right here, this Officer Coon is a big liar. But again, last week I was telling you that I saw and I played the clip where he and his bourbon company and the lawyers that work for those boys are connected. So he's getting paid. They're promoting his product. They're promoting his product. So he's in deeper than what people think. But this guy told a flat out lie because this proves that he lied. Let me remove this. This proved that Officer Tay lied. Let me play this clip now. He told Nasty Grace that was his first time, but let's see.
I received a DM from someone DMing another person. Now I'm trying to leave these names out because I want to not mess this investigation up. I think law enforcement already have this. That alluded to the fact that, and I messaged this person because I want to talk directly to the person that I saw the DM from. And we haven't talked to this person yet. But the person said in the DM to another kid that is associated, not any of the kids that I interviewed to talk to, but that could be associated to some degree, that knew Nolan, that this person wrote a message saying, me and my husband saw you arguing with Nolan, and to the effect of you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. Now, the person did not say they saw a physical altercation. The person did not say what time they saw Nolan and this other person getting into an argument. Now, this is after Warren, their boat left. This may be somewhere around.
But he told Nancy he never heard of no such thing. But on his show, he clearly, that shows that he did hear and he did receive the DM. Now, it's the DM that's floating around, but Officer Tay is lying. He's been lying. And again, most people don't know why they felt so comfortable to go to him, but now we know they have a connection. They have a serious connection. And so I'm going to get to this one because we want to see what the message says. Now, I had the message up here. Oh my, what'd I do with the message? Anyway, they claim that they saw the altercation what took place between Nolan and somebody else, her and her husband. They didn't say the exact time she saw it or anything, but she said that she saw an altercation with them. Now, we all know that Nolan did not drown. We know he did not drown. You know, in regards to what these people say, we do believe that foul play was involved. Of course, they saying it wasn't. Again, Mississippi, they're working together to cover this up, okay? But they were saying, this person said they saw that altercation. So I do believe it was an altercation took place. I do believe, this is just me, that somehow he was choked. He was choked to death. And that's what I believe. And that's the reason why they didn't send his throat, his lungs, and some other things that can clear up what actually happened to him. That's the reason why they never sent those parts to DC to do a final autopsy, that independent autopsy. That's the reason why those parts was withheld, because those parts alone would have showed what really happened to Nolan. And so, again, without those parts, he couldn't, thank you, Regina, he couldn't make a full or proper diagnosis of what happened to Nolan Wells because he didn't have those parts. I just think that it just gets worse, and some things are being, thrown at us to confuse the shit out of us. But just stay focused. Shout out to Trent Out Loud, Poetic Flacco, Willie D. I forgot Willie D. And Tisha Tell. Those people are keeping this story at front, so we all can continue to see and be abreast of what's going on with Nolan Wells. Hopefully they'll get justice. But let's move on. So I was listening to this Lindsay Clancy thing, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know what made me make this connection, but I was listening to the Lindsay Clancy story. She was the lady who unalived her children, and they said it was from postpartum. right? She unalived the children. Her husband went out to the store. This happened 3 years ago. And when he came back, they were unalived, and she had self-mutilated herself, right? And now there is so many people for her as well as against her. I don't know if they're going to give her life, but they saying she has psychiatric problems, which is true. But what blows my mind is the amount of people who is sticking up for this woman, you know? And there's a lot of women. She had a GoFundMe. Her GoFundMe almost reached, I want to say, is $100,000 or more. Could be more. I didn't go over there. But this situation put me in the mind of, I know this might blow y'all, Blueface and Nevaeh. And I'll tell you why. The other day, a situation happened with them. And she started crying, and he thought it was funny. He thought it was funny. But he has said some foul things to her, like always, right? And she loves it. She sucks it up. She stayed there. And she started crying, and they was talking about postpartum blues. Now, there's several forms of postpartum. Lindsay Clancy, they believe, was experiencing psychosis postpartum, which you're a little mentally off. And she said she was hearing things, she was seeing things. She had asked for her mother to come over several times and sit with her because she was afraid that she was going to do something to her kids, and eventually it played out. She did something to her children, right? So you have women saying how strong postpartum can be, and especially the part that they suffer psychologically. So I was thinking, this dude is doing Nevaeh so wrong. The other day she broke down and he made a joke. Chad, how long does this last? Chad, is this going to be all the time? And she's crying. She's crying, right? All the shit this boy have done to this girl over there in the circus. If y'all not aware of the circus, y'all just have to go over the kick, right? He has beaten this girl down so bad. This girl just had this baby. Thank you, Queen Diva. This girl just had this baby. She is going to suffer some type of postpartum blues, right? Trauma, something. She's been traumatically beat down, and just everything's happening to her. You know, if I thought in my mind, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but you don't ever know how far you can push a person and how they going to react. One day they're going to snap. I always say, you can back somebody in the corner and eventually they going to come out fighting. The same with her, right? She only going to take, it was ruthless action. It's only going to take so much for this girl eventually to back, you know, come out of that corner. And he beats the shit out of her mentally, right? Not physically, but mentally he tortures her, and he's been doing it for a long time. She just had this beautiful baby. Congratulations to her. The baby is beautiful, I must say. So when I was listening to this lady talk about this Lindsay Clancy story, it put me in the mind of her. That if this girl decided to do something, and I'm talking about Nevaeh to Blueface, if she decided to do something traumatic to him, you know, detrimental to him, really harmful to him, it's a possibility she will get away with it because of the postpartum psychosis or whatever. They can play it up to psychosis. They can play it, and it could all stem from how he fucking really tortures this girl. But let's take a look at this Lindsay Clancy story, because this came across my news feed. I think, yeah, it came across my news feed, and I clicked on it. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this lady unaliving her children from postpartum psychosis. Yeah, the manipulative game that he used on her will cause her to react. And let me tell you something. If something happens, and I'm not wishing it does, but this guy is so fucking ruthless, manipulative. He's terrible to this girl. He's terrible to this girl. But I can see why. Because he hung up on his mother the other day because he's terrible to his mother. His mother, his relationship is shit, right? So if you nasty and mean and don't have no respect for your mother, you're not going to have it for any other woman. Right there will tell you his relationship with his mother is one of the reasons why he treat women like shit. Right? Postpartum is a real thing. It is. And this girl was crying, and he said, "Oh, let me go ask the chat. Chat, how long is supposed to last?" Just blowing it off. Just blowing it off. But again, if that girl decides to do anything, or if she just fucking snap, because you only could take so much, right? You only could take so much abuse, and then eventually you will snap. For some people. And this game they playing is a very, very dangerous game. But let's listen to this Lindsay Clancy thing, because again, I connected it to Nevaeh. Now, where the fuck? But I did. So let's listen to this. Because this lady breaks it down, and it's not very long, y'all. But I got time today. So I'll be here a while. So listen to this lady break down this Clancy situation. This part one. You know, they do this.
What's going on? Buckle up. In January of 2023, Lindsay Clancy, a Massachusetts mother of 3, strangled her 3 kids to death in her basement with exercise bands. They were 5, 3, and 8 months old. Her trial is this week. She's being charged with first-degree murder, and the question is whether or not she was undergoing a psychotic episode and didn't mean it, or if she carried out premeditated murder. So either she's committed for life or in prison for life. Now, how did we get here? So after her 3rd kid was born, she started losing her mind. Postpartum anxiety, depression, paranoia, insomnia, and evolving psychosis. And in 2022, she started telling mom and husband that she was having thoughts of killing her kids and started seeking big-time medical help. Now, at this point, she's on at least 12 different medications, including the antipsychotic Seroquel, which includes hallucinations as a symptom. New Year's Eve 2022, she finally checks into a mental hospital. 5 days later, she checks out, saying she wants to be home for her 5-year-old's birthday. Then a couple weeks later, in January of 2023, she's apparently having a really good day. Like, she's not being crazy. She texts her hubby saying, "I didn't cook dinner, let's do takeout." He leaves the house for 25 minutes to pick up said takeout and grab Miralax from CVS for his 5-year-old daughter. Security footage confirms this alibi, by the way. And while he's gone, she lures them to the basement and spends about 4 minutes per kid them.
Now, sounds like to me it's premeditated. But again, they're saying postpartum psychosis. And she was on 12 different medications, right? So I don't know if they would deem it premeditated or just a spontaneous act. I don't know, but let's continue to listen. Because she would send her husband to get some some takeout, and then she committed the act.
Then her arms and neck, and then jumps from a 2nd-story window, permanently paralyzing herself from the waist down. She's on 6 medications at the time. Husband returns home, sees all the bodies, calls the police. And that audio recording has not been released to the public, but reporters in the room said they heard it, and it was just sickening. This story is tragic and vile. And somehow online weirdos have managed to make it worse. Some quick facts before I explain. People are conflating postpartum depression with postpartum psychosis. 13% of American women get postpartum depression. 1 in 1,000 get the psychosis. It's very rare. It's symptoms-based, so you can't find it on an MRI, but it typically presents very suddenly in the first 2 weeks after childbirth. Symptoms include hallucinations, delusions, severe insomnia. And yesterday, her mom testified that Lindsay texted her in October of 2022 saying, "Will you stay with me? Something is wrong. Horrible insomnia, anxiety meds making it worse, really, really scary. I don't want to be alone." Patrick testified that Lindsay called him and said she did it because a man's voice told her if she didn't do it now, she'd lose her chance. It's looking like she went crazy. The prosecution, the people prosecuting her for murder, they have a very, very difficult job. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she was not crazy, just cold-blooded. But
wow, they have to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that she was not crazy, that she was crazy. Beyond. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be very difficult. That's why I think some people are caught between, was it premeditated or it was a spontaneous act, just thought out. She said she heard voices in her head. But either way, she's still going away for life because her children are forever gone. That's the tragedy. But instead of focusing on that, online weirdos are blaming the man. So who's Lindsay Clancy? And what is going on? Buckle up. In January of 2020. crazy. That's a crazy story. It came across my news feed, so I decided to listen to it. But that's a crazy story. So no matter what way this goes, she's going to jail for life, or maybe they will execute her. I don't know. Give her the death penalty. I don't know. Was it psychosis? Why? We don't know. Was it premeditated? I don't know. It sounded like though she was pre-warning them, telling them that something was going on in her head. She was hearing voices, and it's a strong possibility that she was, hey, Blossom, she was experiencing postpartum psychosis, not postpartum depression, but that probably was included in itself too, as well, as far as being postpartum traumatic, right? So it put me in the mind of this boy doing this girl the way he does her. What if this girl snaps? And I don't know why, but I don't know what made me think of this. That this girl, Nevaeh, could very well snap and do the same thing. Not to the children, but him. You have to be very careful what you do to people. But anyway, I was over there watching the clown show, but before I get there, I want to talk about this woman. I don't know how this happened. Did she go to Vegas? Diva and I talked about it. Diva said she went to Vegas to meet a man, but let me play this clip and we'll talk a little bit about this and then we will move on. I know women get lonely, and I know online dating is a big thing, and when you're trying to find somebody, you find them through social media, in the church, in the grocery store, or just around and about at work and everything. But you have to be very, very careful when you meet people online. It's beginning to make me feel like just meeting people in general, dating, looking for a man, right? Or looking for a woman. Because we ran across a lot of cases. I have ran across a lot of these stories where you hook up with somebody, you go to meet them. They got the women who like to get flued out and things happen to them. This woman's 63 years old. And what I gather, I'm not too sure, I haven't dug deep into it. She went to Vegas to meet somebody and she ended up dead, right? And someone was using her phone to contact her family. And it was something like a Nancy Guthrie mother story. They were asking for Bitcoins, right? But let's take a look at what happened to her, because she was missing for like 10 days before they just find her. So let's take a look. This is the sister from New York. Sad story. My heart and prayers go out to her family. But, it's more to the story. She was young too, 63. But everybody's doing it, meeting people, getting flown out and all that. Y'all got to be careful with that shit. It make you not want to date, right? Hold on, here it is. Let me pick up my phone too.
After a 63-year-old woman in Las Vegas didn't return from a trip to the drugstore, her family says they started getting text messages from their family member's own phone. They spoke to our Nicole Valdez, hoping someone out there can help.
A frantic search for a mother missing thousands of miles from home.
I am hoping to God for the best, but my heart can't take what it could be, which is the worst.
It's been more than a week since anyone's seen 63-year-old Elisa Goods, a grandmother of 5. Goods' family says she was visiting a longtime friend in Las Vegas from New York. That friend told her family she left his apartment on August 8th to catch a bus to a nearby CVS, but never came back.
We're at day number 9, and we still don't know where she is. We still don't know if she's okay.
She was reported missing on August 10th. 4 days later, her family says they started getting these messages from her phone asking for help, gas money, even Bitcoin.
I said, what do you need gas for the car? My aunt does not drive. There is no car. And they said, send it Cash App, Bitcoin. If they have her phone, there's a possibility that they have her. I want to know that she's okay and that she is alive.
Emotional, scared, and desperate for answers, her daughter Chrisean is flying to Vegas today.
She is still out there. and we're looking for her. We want her home. We want her back.
Oh, wow. So, Nicole, what are police saying? I mean, where are they in all this?
Well, Tony, they're of course asking anyone with information to contact them, but you can clearly tell that her family fears she is in serious danger. They have already checked in with local Vegas hospitals, jails, even the coroner's office there, but so far, nothing. Tony.
Hope for news soon. Nicole, thanks.
Wow. So, again, if you're going to meet someone, please be very careful doing that, because here's the result of it now. Make people not even want to date, you know, because this happens quite a bit, but here's the result, you guys. I'm not sure how they found her like this, but let's take a look.
Grandmother who was reported missing this month, Metro Police confirmed to Fox 5 they discovered Alyssa Good's body yesterday near Harry Reid Airport. Fox 5's Sophia Brunsma is learning more tonight. Sophia.
Joe, Good's family tells us that they have grown increasingly worried about where their beloved family member was. Now there are more answers on this case. Metro Police telling us they got a call yesterday reporting a dead woman identified as Alyssa Goods.
A missing New York grandmother who disappeared after traveling to Las Vegas has died, according to Metro Police. Her family says she went missing on August 8th, formally reporting the disappearance 2 days later. Her family traveling to Las Vegas from the East Coast, telling Fox 5 that she was here visiting a longtime friend. We spoke to the family before today's tragic updates.
She does have a heart of gold, and she is generous when it comes to seeing people that may or may not be in need.
The family saying they grew increasingly worried after her friend said she did not return home from a trip to CVS near Paradise in Flamingo. Now, almost 2 weeks later, we are learning that Metro Police got a call on Thursday at 1 a.m. about a woman identified as Goods found dead in a drainage ditch near the Terminal 1 parking garage at Harry Reid Airport, a few minutes away from where her family said she was staying near South Maryland Parkway and Wilbur Street. Metro Police says surveillance video from the airport shows her falling down an embankment, getting back up, and collapsing again on August 8th.
So, the camera shows her getting back up, collapsing. But how did she get there? Getting back up and collapsing, as if maybe she could have been drugged. Something else could have been going on, because why wasn't she able to get up? And why would she be by that embankment towards the airport? Did somebody drop her off there after they probably drugged her, allegedly, or could have drugged her, and she was trying to get up and fell? But again, the story will continue. I will stay abreast of this, because I want to know, once they take her, doing the autopsy, the toxicology report, because to me it appears as if maybe she was drugged, so she couldn't keep her balance. But who put her there? The camera sees her there, but maybe they're just not releasing the whole context of how she got there, because they're going to do investigation. But somebody had to put her there, right? How did she get there? She was going to a CVS, so she walked to the airport, even though they say where she was staying wasn't far from there. What would make her walk to the airport? Was something going on? Who had her phone? Why were they asking for money? Like Denise said, my aunt don't drive. So why would she be asking for gas money? And again, why did they ask for Bitcoin? Because I believe Bitcoins can't be traced. That's the purpose of them making that crypto money, because it's not traceable. And so that's one of the purposes of crypto. But was they doing the Nancy Guthrie mother type thing? Savannah Guthrie mother, Nancy Guthrie? Why are you asking for Bitcoins? Are you aping what happened with her? And who is this guy she went to meet? A longtime friend. He knows something. That's why I say it's more to the story. I'm gonna stay abreast of it because when I first heard about it, she was missing. Then Diva tells me today they found her by the airport that she had fell down an embankment. No. It's not just that woman fell down an embankment. How did she get there? And why wasn't she able to stand up? 63 years old. Don't look like she had anything, no health issues. I don't know. But why wouldn't she be able to stand up? Was she dehydrated? You know, Vegas is really hot. Is a possibility wherever she was held and she wasn't able to eat or drink anything, and after days of being dehydrated, that's possible. That's possible that she was weak. I don't know. We just need answers. Her family really need answers, but it's a sad thing that happened. You think that friend knows more, of course, and I'm sure that friend will be investigated and to see, because she set out to go visit, they say a long time friend, but that's the result of it. So it's not like she just went, when I was saying be careful who you meet, online, and then you want to go off and meet them in the open space, have your own vehicle or your own transportation on how you're going to get to meet them, how you're getting there, and how you're getting back home. Get you a GP, what is that 360, Life 360. We have that, yeah. So we know where everybody's at. Get a Life 360 or something, but be very careful meeting men and women offline, because there's many stories of women going to meet people offline and they end up dead. So be very careful. But I know people don't want to be lonely, and this is the new way of dating, is through social media. But it don't even have to be you meeting somebody on social media. That shit could be you met them in the grocery store. You met them at church. Yeah, I said it, at church. And things like that take place. And then you got these young girls who love to be flued out. We could do a couple of stories about that. I got a couple of clips about that. You guys, I have so much shit in storage for us to look at and to talk about. I really wish I had a editor and maybe somebody to help me produce my shows, because I just don't have time. I just don't have time to sit down and do it. And I'm not that good at, editing. But if so, I have so many stories. So now I want to go to the circus, because I have been watching the circus, but I have been watching some real life shit. Well, it's all real life, but some stuff that matters about that 63-year-old grandma who disappeared. They say she had retired. So we talked about Chrisean Rock, right? And this streaming thing, you guys, is so deep. It consumes these people so much. They stream their daily lives on there all day, all night. Blueface have a camera crew that streams them all day and all night. They go to sleep streaming. They stream whatever they do all through life. And so does Chrisean Rock. She streams it. But she's getting a lot of backlash because we told you about the CPS case. And here's Coach Kenny saying it. But more than anything, this girl, watch how this girl reacts to what Coach Kenny says. Now, she's just coming back from seeing Blueface last week and crashing the baby shower, or going to the baby shower, going to his door, whatever. Something is seriously wrong with her. She focuses more on this man, again, connected demons, soul-tied demons. That's who they are. Chaos, drama. They thrive off it. They live off it. But this girl is so focused on him, she can't focus on getting help for her son. She's crashing the flip out when she saw that girl with that baby. She punching walls and not punching bags, right? This broad is fucking unhinged. She's going crazy, right? So this is her with her trainer, Coach Kenny. And Coach Kenny lets it slip. But we said that it was a CPS case, so it's not allegedly. CPS did serve her, so I don't have to say alleged. But let's get into it because again, I was trying to hook it to what's going on with them and what could be a terrible, traumatic outcome with all this love triangle bullshit that's going on. When he just think it's just fun and games and he can treat people any kind of way. No, this girl just had a baby. Nevaeh she could get postpartum psychosis, depression. It ain't no joke. She could set out to do something and very well get off with it. But let's get to this because it is a CPS case. Just like we said, there's no allegedly. So I'm protected. There is a case. Let me share the screen. Now, this is after she got back. Coach Kenny. Now, listen to Coach Kenny say it. Hold on.
All right, let's pray.
They praying for it.
Hey, Father God in heaven, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity of us just being able to spar, but learn and put it together. I thank you, Lord God, for the new comeback season for Mia, for me. I pray, Lord God, that you strengthen us and keep us and protect us while we're in the ring, but also just calm and keep it calm and collective and just learn from each punch. In Jesus' name, amen.
What you do? Pray on the East Coast and fuck up on the West Coast?
Now, he said, pray on the East Coast and fuck up on the West Coast. This is after she coming back. But this girl is so crazy. Listen to what her get back to Coach Kenny is, which is really mucked up. This is all about the tea.
I prayed over there too.
I said that shit ain't adding up.
Yo, he a Clipper. He official.
You know what he doing.
He official. Chat, you know what he doing. Because we already had that talk. Without the
Not bad. It's not an overnight transition. You're going in the right direction.
Don't give me no freaking pat on the back. He gonna pat me like I needed it. All right, Kitty. I can't wait to talk about your prostate. Cause look, I'm not Shira. Okay.
Now, I believe that's his daughter sitting next to her. Now, watch how she went from smiling to like, damn, you said that about his prostate? Because I guess he had to have a exam.
I go for the kill.
CPS served me yesterday. CPS served me yesterday.
Yeah, he ain't had no bandages. I'm trying to figure out why were you in the hospital? They go up your butt. You want to keep trolling me? I tell them about his prostate. What?
They went up his butt.
They went up his butt. He want to talk about my weekend. How your weekend go? Uncomfortable.
The girl is a fucking demon. Now, there's a possibility that man has prostate cancer or something, and he was having an exam done. Look, she thought that was good. She talking about trolling. That's not troll. But you notice the change of, I think her name is Mia. I believe that's his daughter, or one of their daughters. You notice how her facial expression changed? Like, damn, that was a low blow. Something is definitely wrong with this girl. And with Nevaeh having this baby and Blueface kissing all on them and they showing what they doing 24 hours, all the love he's showing this girl's baby, this trick is crashing out. She's gonna kick all the time too. Now she's showing where she just playing with the baby, throwing them up, tossing them on the bed and doing all this with the baby. She's not interested in that baby. Now, if CPS served her yesterday, y'all, here's my question. Why is Junior still with her? Why does she still have that baby when they have her on video doing certain things around that baby? She screamed the other day so loud They say the baby, now I don't know, they say the baby is having seizures. Now I don't know, hopefully not. You know, and they was talking about, and I'm not talking about nobody's baby, that the little baby is blind. It's a possibility he does have some visual problems, and he sees, but not with clarity. You know what I mean? The way his eyes wanders. He may be just seeing colors, shapes, or whatever. He may see her, but not exactly see her. Okay? So instead of her focusing on getting attention, you know, focus her attention on getting help for him, she chasing this nickel. She chasing them all around. She thinks she's doing something to this girl, but from what we see now, because this is just a little baby too, so we don't see the development, you know, really, it's just a couple of days. This baby is far more advanced, well, is targeted to grow and develop on time from what we see, okay? So I got this is her with this baby. She claims she never said she wasn't drinking, she didn't drink, she was drinking juice. Everybody got it, it's going around that that she was drinking. Well, it's just, y'all take a look for yourself. Shit, I don't have to tell you that she admitted it. Y'all just take a look for yourself. We got some clips today. Let's see. Now listen, this is what you're going to see for yourself. Now, Mz.Teavalocity saying this is her. Let's get the full picture of it. You guys can see it. Let's go.
Blueface girlfriend.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
So you got no liquor?
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
You should do it because it's cold.
Fucking liquor.
You don't want to have a kid? I don't want to have a kid. I got my shit. Yes, and I know it's his kid. I don't care. I'm still killing it. Yeah, I was drinking. I was doing that on purpose, like to just deal with it.
We were here last time, him and Chrisean. Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing. Did you not know that she had a baby on the way that day? Saw you. And then when I see my staff post you online, it's like I'm having an opinion of it. But, you know, all opinions don't really matter.
What's your opinion?
Yeah, what you see?
I don't know nothing about that. Next question, Jason.
She's chasing the liquor bottle. I don't care. I can abort this kid tomorrow. I can abort it. Give me the fucking liquor bottle. That's sad. So whatever happens, Zeus not responsible. He not responsible. Nobody responsible but her. She chased that. Her intentions were, it seemed like her intentions were to abort that baby. She didn't want that baby. She knew she was doing harm to that baby. That's not no alleged. We see it play out. So this is the person she is. This was her with her unborn child. In her stomach. I could abort it tomorrow. Give me the motherfucking liquor bottle. Stop playing. I know it's his baby, but I can abort it. So she was real fine with whatever way Junior turned out. And this is the result of Junior. So she is crashing the fuck out because she see him loving on this baby, and this little baby is beautiful. Again, we don't know the developments of this little baby. The baby just a couple of days old, but so far we can tell from the cry that the baby is. We could tell from the cry that so far the baby is okay because we heard the cry of her baby was totally different than the cry of this baby. But that doesn't mean that the baby don't have, no disabilities. We just know from that part that the baby is okay. We don't know. But she didn't care about her baby. She didn't care at all. Because she said, give her the liquor bottle. And Jason Lee asked her about drinking and smoking. They didn't care. Neither did he. If he was the father. Now, this girl is so busy watching them all day, all night. She's on the phone with Blueface. She's watching them. Now, look at the baby eyes. Something is definitely going on. That's why I said the baby could be visually impaired. Just from observation. Again, I didn't assess the baby. I don't have no documentation. But from observation, you can tell that the baby may have some visual impairment. Okay, let's just take a look at this one. This is our last clip of these cucumas, and then I got one. No, I do have one more of him doing confession. And I told you the same way that he talks to these women, he talks to his mom. He calls his mom bitches. So, and the mom get on here. And I think that's mucked up for a mother to get on here and make videos about his baby's mama, their relationship. She need to go in and be in a mother's place, and it's not to be on live. But this is the way they making their money, y'all. They living their lives right here on social media. But look how sick this broad is. And look at the baby's reaction. It's just sad. I pray that somebody do go get that baby. I was trying to get this girl a pass and a break, but I can't. Because for one, the more I think about it, she knew exactly what she was doing. I believe she was trying to abort the baby, and unfortunately, the baby didn't abort, so the baby was born with all these disabilities. See, her liquor drinking and her drug taking, allegedly drugs and shit being involved, her intentions was to abort Junior. It didn't work that way. God said, no, I'm going to let him live, and you're going to be the mother to him. And here's the unfortunate thing. She's not a good mother to him at all. She's worried about, she's a very selfish, psychotic bitch who needs help. And I said it. And I normally don't talk like that. But this girl needs some mental help. She really does. She don't care about that baby. All this is for show. She don't care about this baby. Now, the other day when Blueface and Nevaeh was playing with the baby and Superior and all of them, she started playing with Junior, just throwing him up on camera because she wants people to think she loves him. But when you love somebody, you do what's best for them. And what's best for him is to be getting therapy to help his development. It's not too late. He's never going to develop 100% because we could see he's at this age and so much time has gone away. It delayed his development, right? We know that. But he can be further than what he is now if she gets him now. But she don't want to get him now. She want to chase Blue. She want to chase kick views and subbies. Look at this shit, how this baby looked when she did this. But just watch his facial expression. I feel for the kid now. You know, and the sister said all kinds of shit. Oh, the sister was saying all kinds of stuff. That is probably the reason why this baby is this way. Look at this, y'all. Just look at this crazy. Look at the poor baby.
Sorry, Chrisean.
What?
Who is texting me?
Look.
Oh my God! Sorry, Chrisean.
So.
What?
Who is texting me?
Watch the baby.
Oh my God!
You see how the baby is looking around, how slow, like the baby is trying to look to focus where that screen came from. Automatically, he should connect that screen from there and look around to it. So that lets me know that there's a strong possibility he has some blindness to him, some visual impairment. She's screaming and hollering. And they said the baby has seizures and everything. Yeah, it's clearly visible that he has some type of visual impairment, right? He took too long to find her. Most kids would have turned around like, what the fuck? But he trying to focus. So he could see probably shades and shapes, but he can't see clearly. And that's what she should be worried about. And so it brings me to this. And I want to say the right thing because I don't know these people purposely. We see she's neglectful. I like to say the right thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing. We clearly can see that she neglects this kid. And she don't need him. She don't need him. Again, she needs to get some therapy for herself and she needs to get some therapy for him as well. She's not going to do that because she's selfish. So is it a possibility she's doing all this so they can take the kid away from her and she could be freed from him? Instead of just giving the kid up, see, because so the narrative will go around if they know that she just gave the kid up. And so really she's trying to protect what little image she had, which is none. She's a total fucking wreck. She needs some psychological help. We all can see that. She's neglectful. She's neglecting herself as well. You know, not just the baby, right? She's so worried about Blueface. So the more Blueface and Nevaeh interact online, because everything is done online with their baby, the more this trick gonna crash out. She's gonna completely crash the fuck, and she's gonna get to a point that she's gonna do anything for attention. So maybe she's trying to get them to take the baby from her too. I don't know. Because it would be easy just to go and give them the baby, and so they could place the baby somewhere that the baby is getting the attention and love and the help that he needs. Or maybe she's just coming online because they clearly see everything she's doing online. And he said she was served with CPS. We heard Coach Kenny say that. Why haven't CPS taken the child? See, because it probably goes back to what I was talking about a long time ago. She's connected. She's connected to some higher ups. And they may be the ones that's protecting her from getting her child taken away from her. Then I heard today, and I don't know, so I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know. I just heard it from several clips. You know, I'll be watching these clips. But again, you can't take them to be all 100% factual. And that's why I'm saying allegedly she's an informant. She more than ignorant, baby. She more than ignorant. This girl is beyond ignorant. This girl got some psychological problems. She's very detrimental to herself and to Chrisean Jr. Who names a fucking kid Junior when you're not a senior anyway? And I know she's probably steaming, feuding, y'all. Y'all see how she's screaming and acting? So she sits there and watches this all night and all day, right? So I know she just is fuming that that girl named that baby after him. So sad for the baby, right? Because somebody could take that baby and love that baby no matter what disability he has. God gives you, you know, blessings. He could be blessed with somebody who will love him and help him develop. And he may develop into a fine young man. We don't know because all we see is the delay, the time she's delaying to get him the proper help. She's so busy chasing Blueface and watching Nevaeh and Blueface. Nevaeh is a fucking fool, y'all. I'm just, you know, it's something I liked about Nevaeh. But the more I see is like, no. What is it? What is it that will make that girl? She's in a position now, see, the trick couldn't be nothing like me. She's in a position now that she could stack the bag. She got her own channel because she came on Kick yesterday when he was with the girl India. Now, India he knew from before and they kicked it or whatever. I guess she gonna be the fourth baby mama, the fifth baby mama. I don't know. She wants to be part of the circus, right? So she was there. But this girl, Chrisean, is crashing out so bad. I believe yesterday I was in All About the Tea because I go over there and they play the whole stream. Now, I'm not sure how you can do that, but that ain't my business, right? I was over there and in the chat I wrote because he was telling number one to book a flight for tonight from there to there. Number one was acting slow. He said, number one, think about what I'm telling you. So he got rid of India, the new girl, right? So my thing is he was booking a flight for this psycho. Now, I could be wrong because he didn't want to mention what it was on Kick, but he was booking a flight for her to come back over there. This guy is agitating and instigating. And these girls are going fucking crazy over him. And what's going to happen? And damn, I meant to bring. What's going to happen? Somebody's going to get seriously hurt fucking with him. Both of them should just leave him alone. But this girl is soul tied, connected by demons and chaos and trauma. Chrisean, so she's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. That's a sure enough side B or whatever B or what place B she in first, second, third B, how he called them, because he said all of them are the same type of B's, right? That's what he said. Nevaeh, she needs to think. She just had this baby. She want to be a family with him so bad. See, her thing now is, I know you bitches, which y'all was in my place. I'm living in the house. He with me and my baby. He kissing all over the baby. He claiming my baby. He did. So I'm one up on y'all, baby. You not one up on nobody. No. You're no different than the rest of them. You're just there for now until a replacement comes. And you're going to sit there, which is so fucking stupid, when you have your own money, you could make your own money and do your own thing, and you could take your children and leave and focus on taking care of you and your children. He asked you several times, and this for you, Nevaeh, if you just happen to come across this video, what are you good at? What have you accomplished? Here's the sad fact of the matter. You couldn't name not one thing you have accomplished. Nothing you were good at. So, to me, that lets me know you don't even think highly of yourself at all. You don't believe you accomplished anything in life. So, you're going to get treated like a douchebag because you believe you're a douchebag. And so that's how he's going to treat you. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's never going to respect none of y'all because he don't respect Carlissa. The other day he called Tubby. He called his own mama one. She called and was saying something to him. He hung up on her on stream. When she was asking about Carlissa. See, she's so enrooted in it, so embedded in it. That is almost sickness for a lady of her age and to be somebody's mother, to be this invested in this shit. That she's online every day. This is the mother. So how can you respect the mother? How can he respect her when she's online every day like him talking about his baby mothers, his relationships and stuff? How can you respect her? Plus he done suffered a little trauma himself. Word on the curve that she used to be lesbian, allegedly. I just heard word on the curve. It's just word on the curve, and I saw a little video of her being lesbian as well. Okay? However, she's not a good example of a mother to me, right? And he definitely won't allow her to be in their lives. He said, you know, he loves his mother, but he keep her at a distance. He keeps her at a distance. So that's crazy. So here's a little clip. Shout out to Low Key Clips. I'm going to use your clips, you know. Listen to him and Nevaeh. Like I said, I go other places and sometimes these clips come across. But this is a good example of what you shouldn't be as a woman, a young woman. What you shouldn't allow people to do. Now, this girl just had a baby. She happy as a lark. He kissing all over the baby. He holding the baby. He claiming the baby. He played breastfeeding the baby. Y'all don't get all worked up over that boy just play like he breastfeeding. Men do that. That's what they do. So don't get all worked up like he's being perverted or some shit like that. You guys think too much. He's playing. He just play. This dude is the smartest streamer I know. Miss T said it. This dude is a serious when it comes to this kick, and DDG turned him on, right? He's a smart man. This guy is running up that bag by using all of them and streaming his everyday life. And even if we don't agree with it or we don't like it, people are watching. He had 18,000 people in there watching him the other day. 18,000. A lot of times I don't go over to the kick itself. I catch the clips. So that's what I go on. But here's him. And watch when he say he's going to go to confessional. And she just sitting back. he better hope that this girl never gets really mad or really try to retaliate. You know, he playing with her feelings. He pitting them against each other. He's purposely bringing Chrisean in for chaos. But we're not gonna watch this whole clip because it's voice.
Like you kind of initiated it. You just said I was being annoying, so like you already had plans on doing it. Type.
She was already waiting.
Type.
You know what?
Okay, Chad.
I think I'm gonna go do a confessional. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
I need to talk to the chat.
that's fine with me. I don't care.
I don't care.
They're gonna be a regardless.
Now it started out, he was talking about how did Chrisean get there at the house. And he said she initiated. She said he initiated. He initiates a lot of this shit because it's for clicks and views. He got to keep the circus going, right? So now he's going into confessional. So watch his confessional. This is his whole life.
What's up, chat? It's just me and you guys.
She's watching.
Let's talk. Let's chat. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think? Let me sit back and evaluate. Do you think this is going to be a good thing? Do you think she's tired already? Do you think she's like on her way out, on her way in? What do you think?
Do you think he really care whether she's on her way in or on her way out? He's just asking chat, creating content. It don't look like he care because he's still treating her like shit.
You think I'm weird? Okay.
Somebody said I think you're weird.
I've been weird. Let's slow it down. Did y'all do a DNA test? Nah. I'm not tripping off the DNA test shit.
He not tripping.
She's using you. I have different daddies. She's scheming. She's not with the BS. It's about to get crazy. Yeah, to be honest, chat, what I think is she's definitely let me give you my honest breakdown, chat. She's definitely a little manipulative. She's definitely sneaky. She's definitely realizing that she can make something of this. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing just yet. You know, sometimes I listen to her talk. Like, for example, what she said upstairs. It's just like, you guys gotta realize, chat, I've done this so many times that, like, when I hear similarities or if I see, like, the vision even almost going in the same direction, kind of just makes me feel weird, you know? But I love her, chat. I think she's genuine and down to earth right now. Will she be that way next week? Will she be that way when she has her own fan base and they're trying to tell her to do this?
Now, this is where, hold on. This is where I say, if Nevaeh was thinking, and a ninja like this shitted on me, and I had the opportunity to make my own money. Remember, he said, will she be this way next week? She's getting her own fan base. See, you got people like all of them. People like Chrisean, people like Blueface, people like Nevaeh, And but my thank you, baby. Thank you, Regina. So they all got a fan base. So my thing was when that girl came on yesterday and she did her own kick, you know, she had on the arms, which kind of blew me because the girl he was with, India, had on arms. Her and baby JR had on arms, and she was doing her own kick. She can use him as well, and she may be using him for clap, and that's the smart thing. But here's the thing that I don't agree with. You letting somebody shit on you like that just to gain clout and just to gain your own fan base or whatever so you could get up. No, there's other ways you could do that. You need to be stacking your cheese. Stacking your cheese so you can take your baby and go. Now, he's thinking now, because Chad is telling him, and he's thinking, yeah, Chad, she could be using me. But in his mind, I'm using her too. But maybe she's getting wise. Maybe she's wisening up and saying, like, yeah, this ninja playing me and I'm sitting taking all this shit. But I'm about to roll out on my own and make my own bag and serenata, right? I guess that's a serenata. And create her own thing. Because, listen, people are rooting for Nevaeh. People are rooting for Chrisean. People are rooting for Blueface. A lot of people don't like him because he's a narcissistic pig. And he abused women, very disrespectful shit. So he got hate, she has hate, and Chrisean Rock has hate. But still, for this situation, for this stream and this kick place they're all of them do well, or they can do well. So she might be getting hit to the game and just sitting back collecting the bag, and then she'll take off on this ninja, right? But hold on. So I'm wondering if he's thinking about that. Because I know he thinks she uses him too. Because I heard him on the hot mic. He had hot mic. And he was telling Whack 100 about her using him. So he has knowledge of it. But he don't care because why? He's making the most of the money out of all of them. So he doesn't care. But let's continue because he's in confession now.
Do that? Will she be that way when she has enough money to not think the way she thinks now? Ultimately, where my question marks come in, because with that being said, it's like, so Chad, we've seen this all before. We've seen all this before. We can all agree to that. School crit. We've seen
school crit.
We've seen even the downest bitches that claim that they'll never do this. Claim they'll never do that. You know, tattoos on their crack, their heels. Like, you know, we've seen higher levels of love or pretending, or whatever the case may be. So that's why I'm a little bit more like I got snap on her faster than I did the previously people I was relationships with, because I hate to see her go down that road. Because Chad, at the end of the day, they all gonna come back eventually.
Wow.
Right? At the end of the day, if this may seem like a step thing to them and to you guys for the time being, but we can all agree, once they leave and go back into the real world and try to do their own thing, they'll be better. They're not gonna like it, you know? Like, regardless of
Now, that brings me to this point. So he has a baby mama, for some of y'all that don't know, named Jaden. And now she's firing off. Again, she's on these kicks or whatever, they all on this stream. This streaming is making these people fucking cuckoo, right? She over there. She's pretty stable, doing the thing. She's getting her own money off of the streaming and stuff like that, whatever else where she's getting money from. I don't know. I don't follow her that much. But the other day I talked to her, he said they all be back. She's the only one now that looks as if she's stable, doing her thing by herself without him. She didn't even allow him to come to her baby pink face baby shower, which I don't know why. Maybe she tired of the circus. But the other day I ran across a clip where she was doing a live on her kick and stuff. And she said, just hope that I don't wake up and want my nigga back because I could get him back because you ain't doing nothing talking to Nevaeh. You ain't got shit because I'm just letting you basically have him. But if I wake up and decide I want my ninja back, I could get him, girl. You ain't got nothing. So, really. So maybe what he's saying is valid. When they do leave him, a lot of them do want to come back. And maybe Nevaeh is afraid to leave him because she's afraid that she'd get out there. She came from a shelter. She didn't have nobody with her around here but her and her baby and maybe, whatever friends she had in the shelter. So she's living like a good life over there. She really is. You still don't have to subject yourself to being shitted on the way this boy do you just to live a good life. You need to learn how to build your life and get your own life. You're a young girl. You don't have to be subjected to him. See, he knows that these girls are going to take that. So whether she using him or not, he using them and he's making money off her manipulating them, right? For his own selfish reasons. For this kick shit. He the number one streamer, he's saying kick. I don't know. But let's continue. Because this is confession. Like I said, it's definitely a clown show.
The embarrassment, whatever you guys try to say about these females, their life is pretty easy here. Much more easier here than it is out there.
Really?
So me personally, I'm in the stage of planning for it. You dig? I'm planning for it. And for me personally, I know me, I'm real logical with this, so I don't get the logic of leaving me going to 100 to then coming back. It's just kind of like, well, why did you leave in the first place? You could have saved yourself 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you just wasted 100. And it's like, regardless of your excuse, regardless of your what you want to say, the reason was for you taking 100. It's not good enough when you come back. You're not even the same. You know what I'm saying, Trey? You're not even the same. That's what females fail to realize. When you fucking with a nigga and then you go with another nigga, and you try to come back to the other nigga, you're not the same. So you may get treated worse. You know what I mean? You may get treated worse. And it's like,
I don't know how much worse he could treat him. How much worse can he treat them? I don't know. What's the next level to this guy? Because he surely treats this girl like shit. I'm not even sure how the next level look. He said if she leave and she come back, he may treat her worse. Now, I don't know if down the line, because I saw some clips where it was saying she had left, but I don't think she really, thank you, I don't really think she left. But if she did, he said, if you come back, you get treated worse. I'm not sure what worse look like. I would hate to see it because they tolerate a lot of shit from this ninja. This girl does. And she look like she's not going anywhere. This girl is mentally crushed, y'all. She's crushed. And that's why I said, he better hope that this girl don't retaliate and retaliate not of the way by leaving him going with another man now, but retaliate in a physical way that would do some harm to him. I listened to a tarot reader the other day. You know, you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful. But Candy Star, I watch her sometimes. You know, I listen to her. When certain things come on, you know, or certain things is happening, I go over there and listen to. She clearly said what I said the other day, what she saw. Now, I'm not hoping any hurt, harm, or danger come to any of them. I'm hoping that they will definitely switch directions and become better people to each other, especially with those little innocent kids with Superior. He's adorable, Superior. You know, watching all this goes on with his mother, having this man calling her bees, making her cry. You know, when that kid get bigger, he's going to really be able to voice what he thinks about her and the situations that he saw take place. And it's probably not going to be a good feeling, but for her, she appears to me like she wouldn't even care what he think of her, because she's so caught up in her own self. They all very selfish. They're not even looking at how much damage this is doing to their children. They don't even care. They caught up into what's going on in this circus with this ringmaster, right? But my thing is, he better be very careful, because he could be playing a dangerous game. So when I listened to Candy Star, she said exactly what I told y'all that I had saw, that I had vision when I heard that there was G-shots fired where him and Chrisean was the night of the baby shower, that there had been like 7 G-shots, right? Gunshots. So you could say it like. So anyway, she said she pictured someone, a man and a woman, and it was a kid involved. Now, I hope to God this won't be true, but I picture the same thing, something really happening to this dude. And one of those women are going to be around. I'm hoping and praying it doesn't happen. But I said the same thing last week. So she pictures, you know, in her vision, in her tarot, whatever she do, him getting really executed on, right? I want to watch my words. Executed bad, and the woman too. And that the baby was in her hand because she was saving the baby. That's what she read in her tarot reading the other day. You can believe it if you want to, believe it if you don't. I'm telling you, I saw the vision the same way, not the same way, but similar to that, when I heard that it was gunshots fired at that little party they was at, you know, in LA after, when they clearly knocked him the freak out. That boy knocked him on his ass. Now, Chrisean, she beat her little fight, but that one, with him and that boy knocked him clean on his ass. He did get up and start going after the boy. And I think the clip ended showing that he was fighting the boy was running back. But however, she said that's what she saw in her vision. She wasn't the only one. See, once you watch something like that, so when I tapped on the Candy Star and I started listening to her, another tarot reader came up and they said the exact same thing. That they pictured, or they had a vision of this one getting executed with a woman. You know, she didn't mention the baby, but anywho, this shit could get real dangerous. It may be kick shits and giggles for him now, but you involving people who you have mentally damaged, that you have mental control over their minds, and one is threatening the other. Now, when they first pulled up, when Chrisean first went to this girl house, to their house, because it's her house too, because she living there. She ain't had no damn business showing up. But when she first went there, the girl pulled out a knife. You can't do nothing, baby. You 9 months pregnant. She went in labor that night. The next day, what are you going to do? However, you have a right to defend yourself if someone comes to your home and you feel like you're threatened, right? So my thing is, if this psycho chick comes from Baltimore, see, because she talking a lot of shit like what she gonna do to her, and then Nevaeh'S talking about what she gonna do to her. these women are basically fighting over him, right? They're fighting over him. So with that being said, you run up on this girl house now. Anything she do to you, if you're on her property, she may just get away with it. And she may get so upset that if she just loses it, which I hope she don't, both of y'all might be gone. Because you're playing with their emotions. This girl, emotions are attached to him. Chrisean's emotions are attached to him. Jada's too, to a certain degree. She's just out there doing her thing. So with me watching the circus, it makes me think how women will allow themselves to get in situation for my man situations and just situations and tolerate anything from these no good ninjas because they mind at them. They get control of their minds by doing several things to them. Like she's probably thinking, well, where am I going to go with my 2 kids? You know, Jesus, she ain't got nothing going for her. No education. Where am I going to go with my 2 kids in California or something like that? I might as well just stay here. You know, at least we live in kind of large here. They need to fucking clean up the house. They do need to take time to clean the house. They just live any kind of way. And maybe he'll get a bathing, because, you know, Jonathan been running around here without bathing his ass. Yeah, we all seen it, right? Well, maybe y'all can see it. I saw it, right? So my thing is, you are pitting these 2 women against each other to do harm. And like I said, I saw 2 different regions saying the same thing. And I saw it in my vision when the other day when the gunshots took place when they were at a, club. I saw that too. So I'm just hoping nothing like that happens. But he's playing with fire too as well. He just think he's invincible. He's really playing with fire. But let's continue because he's in confession.
I don't know. I'll never understand.
Seem like he's concerned though.
Cause Chad, the longer you thug this out,
out,
the better it's gonna get.
So basically saying the longer you sit around and thug this shit out and I shit on you and you take all my abuse, it's gonna get better. Now, do I think he loves Nevaeh to a certain extent? Yeah, I do. He just don't know love. Remember, you have to be taught love. You have to, as a kid, be nurtured and taught love. Does he love Nevaeh? Maybe to a certain extent, this is just his way of showing love. Because he probably don't know love. He don't know love. But let's continue.
I'll start to be a little bit more respectful. I'll start to be a little bit more like, all right, maybe I got me a good, and I should probably do some things better or more respectful than I was doing before. But if you leave and you go to her and you come back, oh my God, I'm gonna treat you so much worse. You're better off not coming back.
Oh, so those are threats he's making.
You're better off not coming back. Cause Chad, I'm the type of when you move out or when you leave this situation, it's already ready to fill in. So it's not like a regular situation where you leave it and then I move on like if I lose this today, I'm gonna have a new by today. School crib. Let me say that again. If this leave today, I'm gonna have a new by today. So it's not like you could just shake back, you feel me? Like, oh, I'm gonna just let him be mad, you feel me? He just mad right now. I'm gonna go, you feel me? He gonna miss me. He gonna be calling, no, you're gonna go from the main to the side by the end of the day. And that's when it hurts, Chad. You feel me? Like, damn, I was just his main bitch. I was just the bitch in the house. Now I can't even go in that motherfucker. Now I can't even go in. You gotta think, Chad. That will fuck your head up. That will fuck your fucking head up. Imagine you playing house with a nigga for a year straight. The second you leave, thinking, oh, I'm finna let him miss me a little bit. Like he acting like he tired of me. He just yelling at me, embarrassing me. Ooh, I'm finna go get my piece. I'm finna leave for a day, for a week. What they do? And you come back, and I'm coming outside the door like, hold on, wait. Can't come in. What do you mean I can't come in? My bitch is here. I just left 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a new bitch. And the saxophone just get louder, Chad. You feel me? You gotta think how that would feel. That would fuck your head up. Like, just thinking they leaving just to get their mind right, get their shit together. And then when you come back with your mind right and your shit together, it's already a bitch here.
Sorry, you guys. He know that girl was up there watching this video. He knows that because they all stay on his stream, right? So he said he going down here to make this confessional. She's like, I don't care, but if you look, this girl constantly hold her phone. Chrisean constantly holds her phone. So they watching each other. So he's down here saying that, indirectly threatening her. If you leave, you come back, it's gonna be worse. If you thug it out, this is what he's telling her, but he's telling it to the chat, but she's up there watching. So he's threatening her basically like, you either thug this shit out or you leave and you come back. If I let you come back, I'm gonna treat you 10 times worse than what I'm already treating you. Again, I can't imagine what could be worse. I can't. But he's really talking to her. But he went on live to do it, right? He went on his little kick. Let's continue.
I know, Chad. I know.
He act like Chad.
I know. I'm fucked up.
He know.
I know I'm fucked up. But I don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Wow. Very bold.
I know I'm fucked up. Y'all know I'm fucked up. She know I'm fucked up. Everybody know I'm fucked up. It's just the way it is, Chad. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Screw crib, and that's the way it's gonna stay. If I get tired of this, you go get me a new.
Now, you can say what you want, but this is something I like about him. I tell you, he's a smart businessman. He running up that bag of numbers and whatever it takes for him to get and to live his lifestyle and get what he wants. He running them bags up on all of them. But let's go here. I like that. He's straightforward. He tells you right to your face what he thinks about you, how he talks to you, let you know that he really don't give a fuck about you. This dude tells everyone that if this be leave, the next one is waiting in line. So he don't give a shit. That's the way I am. You take me or you leave me. You can't be mad at Blueface. You just can't be mad at him because he's telling these chicks, you already know what I'm about. You want it. You want me. flaws and all. You want me. So you would take this shit, shovel this shit up, and keep it moving because I'm not going to change for you. You already know. And things ain't going to change. I thought he was going to treat the girl better. He was treating her nice. He had made food for her and stuff like that. 2 minutes later, he's a bipolar. He getting mad at the girl. He talking shit to her again. At first, I was like, oh, man, he being a family man. You know, so I started watching. I'm telling you, I'm watching just to see if he going to soften something. You know, is he going to treat this girl right now at this baby because he's so goo-goo got out over this baby? Or is he going to continue to be the same ass? And the answer is he's going to continue to be the same ass. He's who he is, and he's not going to change for anyone. So don't expect him to change. Now, like I said, he's bipolar because earlier he was saying, you know, that he may become a little better if she could thug it out or whoever thug it out. He's talking about Nevaeh. He's talking right to her because she got that phone like that, right? If she could thug it out, things would be a little better. But so far, she been thugging it out and things ain't good at all. Not at all. So I don't know if she could take his word for that. What I would do is I would thug it out. Yeah. I would thug my money right in that bank. I would be looking for a nice house or something for me and my kids because the more you stream over here, you get a lot of money over on Kick. Like these people in the streaming world, and that's the reason why they run it up and run all night. These streamers stay up all night, all day. Is because they get a lot of damn money over there, just like YouTube. If you stay on YouTube and you run up the views, you can make a lot of money. That's why a lot of people over here do the same thing on YouTube. They stay on for long periods of time. They come on every couple of minutes. You know, if they go off, you know, a lot of the podcasters will come right back on when they cover in the story because the more views you get, it's common sense, the more money you make. And then you start getting sponsors and stuff like that when your views peak a certain thing, and then you get your little plaques and stuff. Kick over there, they run it up over there too. They're not as restricted as YouTube is. Like you see how he talk? They could talk reckless and everything, and they don't get restricted. I don't believe they do over on Kick. I don't know too much about it, but again, this guy is talking directly to her through his chat. And he's saying, I ain't gonna change. He put it all on the table for sure. He does, Regina. So how can you be mad? That's what I like about Blueface. He telling y'all what it is. He ain't hiding, he ain't lying. He telling you right up front what it is. Now you deal with me or not. But let's continue.
If you want to take my
Listen to this. Oh shit.
Like a baby with another. And Chassie, that's where women fuck up at.
Y'all, please listen to this ninja right here. Because this ninja believe this shit. And to a certain degree, he is absolutely 100. Listen to him. This is what I wanted y'all to see.
Because while you going your way, trying to get your mind right and get whatever you need to get right for yourself, I'm already with another, making a whole nother family. You can't do that. You stuck with them kids.
Wow.
I know it's sick. I know it's sick, Chad. But hey, you stuck with them kids. I'm finna go make me another one. I'm finna go start all over. Bitch, you stuck with the kids. I'm finna go give you another and another kid. School kid, finna swap them out. What do you do? It's fucked up, Chad. That's why I be trying to tell you women, look, you can't do what you could do. I can go find me another kid. You stuck with them kids. And you're gonna have to find a nigga that's gonna have to be stuck with you with them kids.
Damn.
Stuck.
All
But
facts.
hey, this is the reality.
Yeah.
This is how it goes. So why you stuck with them kids? Feel me? I'm gonna go get me another.
This dude spoke nothing but facts. That is a freaking fact. He could go out and make another baby, create another family, and all those women who sit here and be fucking dumb yum-yums and have a baby by this dude, after you know he think like this, because he straight up, he let you know, you just part of the circus, right? Even before his pick, he been this thing, right? Decide to have a baby with this joker, he telling you facts. If you don't stay around, another chick will be here that night. I'll just make another baby and you stuck with them kids. But see, here's where they are dumb. Now, motherfucker, you will pay for these kids. I will bleed your ass dry. They don't even take him to court. Somebody was saying something about his other baby mama, Jada, that she don't even get child support from him. Now, I don't know that. I've never heard of. We know the one down there in Baltimore, she only getting what she could get. She probably ain't getting child support from him. This one just had the baby. So if she decides to leave, will they go after child support? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But he's right. If she leaves today or tomorrow, it'll be another dumb, young, oh, I could say some things, sitting right next to him, waiting to be treated the same way. They stand in line to be treated the same way. Right? So he's saying something that's fact. Women get not stuck with their kids, but actually they become single parents with their children, and the men move on and go make other children and create another family, and these single moms are made to raise children by our own. He told the fucking truth. We see it every day. And so that makes me believe that that's why some women stay in the situations that they are in. That's why some women just stay put and they don't even leave. You know, that's why Nevaeh, I don't know how long she's gonna take this clown shit, but she probably stay put, allow him to do what he wants to do, and just stay there, because this may be the only thing she has, her comfort zone, and at least she's in the house, so she thinks she won up on Chrisean and Jada and Rella, this new girl who having a baby by him. Rella, she ain't had the baby yet. She claimed it's Blues, then somebody else claimed. So she probably think she the queen right now. She's riding high. But if you have to be subjected to all this just to be the number one B or the queen, baby, it ain't worth it. Get your shit together, stack your cheese, and go and take you and your family, you and your two boys, and raise them in a happy, healthy environment. But she like a hood nigga too. She like a hood chick too. When I watch how she talk, they talk like that around their children. Right over that newborn baby head, you saying all that. You calling bees to his mother right in front of that 4-year-old guy. That little guy might grow up, and if you still around his mother and you continue to abuse her like that, he may take matters into his own hand and do what the fuck he wants to you, ninja. You should be careful too. But she is subjecting her children to this type of abuse. The abuse she's receiving, them babies are reviewed, those babies are receiving it indirectly. They really are. Now, I hear a lot of people say that he mistreats Superior. I haven't seen it. Again, I don't sit and watch Kick all day. I watch clips, get what I'm gonna get on clips, come over here and run it back to my family over here, right? Because some people don't follow. Some people are upset with what he's doing to them. I don't agree with the behavior he displays, but he's very entertaining, very entertaining. And yes, I do watch the clips sometimes, you know, but he said this, and then I think deeper into this video, his mom calls and he talks to his mom like he's cool with it. He ain't saying nothing, you know, like, damn, none of your kids fuck with you. That's sad. That's what he telling his mother. She said, oh, well, that's just how it is sometimes. I'm thinking, what mother would think like that? But it happens. Dysfunctional family. It happens where parents don't fool with their children, children don't fool with their parents. But just to blow it off, I don't know about that. You have to feel some kind of way. My girl said, oh, that's just the way it be sometimes. He said, wow, none of your kids fuck with you. She said, yeah, just be that way. But I really want you to be there. And when this other baby coming, when she starts talking about the other baby, he hangs up on her. He's not even acknowledging Rella. The girl name is Rella. He's not even acknowledging her baby. But the mother is acknowledging it. Messy. She's a messy piece of shit too. But let's continue.
Impregnate her.
He tell you what he gonna do.
And it's gonna be like a whole new thing for me. But for you, you stuck with them kids. Let's say you go get another baby dad, right? And you have another kid with another, you still stuck with them kids. You feel me? Me? Feel me? That should sound crazy, don't it, chat? It is what it is, though. I love this life. I'm glad I'm not a female. Cause that would really suck. To lay down, push your baby out with a nigga. Feel me? Then I feel like, oh, this nigga ain't acting right. Let me go get my groove back. While you getting your groove back, this nigga making a whole nother family. School crib, like, it's not like, you feel me? This nigga starting a whole nother life.
Wow.
So once you get your groove back, you cooked. You cooked. School crib. That's the reality. It's just, don't hate the player, hate the game, chat. Hate the motherfucking game. Call out equality. Yeah, y'all can be mad at me all the fuck you want to. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? Give no fucks. Or ladies, you could just be respectful and not compromise your compromise yourself. Just be respectful. Sure, you don't gotta be with me. Like, I think y'all get misconstrued. Like, oh, the bitch gotta be with Blueface or he not gonna fuck with the kids. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, hold on, let me see who's saying unsubscribe. Cause I know your chest ain't even.
Look.
Sweet Nene. You ain't even sub. How you gonna unsubscribe? You was gifted a sub, Sweet Nene. Get the fuck out the chat. Broke ass. How you gonna unsubscribe and you never subscribed? Get your broke ass out of here. Back to what I was saying. Before I was so rudely interrupted. I know how I get chat. Like, chat, I don't know.
This mofo is just a narcissistic fucking pig. This kid is just a narcissistic pig. He don't care at all. Excuse me, I had to try to grab me something to eat. I was getting along. He don't care. He telling you that's just the way it is. He don't give a shit about what y'all think. He don't care about nobody. He didn't kick the girl out the chat. He said you was gifted a subscription. Get the hell out of here. He said he know he fucked up, but That's who he is. What are y'all gonna do about it? I'm giving you who I am. Very, very, very narcissistic and mentally disturbed. Don't even realize it. Again, he treats his mother like shit. He's gonna treat these women like crap. Now he claiming that he could do better if you just let it out. No, this is who you are. You are a true narcissistic pig. Now let's continue.
About them other streamers, but you gotta pay to play over here.
Look,
You wanna get in the chat and say whatever you want? If I see your comment, I'm only on because you didn't pay to play. Now, if you sub up, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But if you didn't, sit the fuck back and watch. You ain't paid, Sweet Nene. I have not shouted out Sweet Nene one fucking time this fucking year. I know all my subbers. School Crip. This is not, this is an intimate chat. I know everybody that subscribe. I shout them out. Subs don't just go over my head. Sweet Nene, you were gifted a sub. Somebody gifted you a sub and now you feel like you got a voice. You don't got no fucking voice. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, shout out to Vanilla Queen. Before I was so rudely interrupted by that Sweet Nene. Dusty. Anyways, you don't have to be with me. That's what I was saying, chat. Look, you don't have to be in a relationship with me, chat, for me to be a part of
he's mean.
To do my part.
But he's hurt.
You don't have to be in a relationship. But
School Crip.
Once I see that you having like around the kids or where the kids be at, or you know what I mean, I'm not with that. Because now it becomes a safety hazard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not risking my life for no kids. I got multiple kids. There's more than 1 or 2 kids that need me around this mother. So once you compromise the safety of your environment, if I gotta come to you to see my kids, once I see that you got over there, I'm not coming over there. School Crip. I'm not finna get in no crime of passion. You got a nigga over there and I got a nigga. No, we're not doing none of that. School Crip. And you're not gonna like the way I want the kids. Like that's the problem.
So he didn't go he wasn't invited to his daughter Pinkface birthday party with Jada. I don't know what exactly, but I think they beefing right now because supposedly he exposed a video of her doing some things with his friend, and he exposed the video, so she not mucking with him. So he wasn't allowed to go to his daughter. But what he's saying is he's not gonna put himself in a situation where I come over to your house and you got another ninja over there and me and the ninja get into it and something happened. It's not safe for him. So I understand that. However, if you really wanted to be a parent, you can meet on neutral grounds, and you can, even if these guys did shit legally, they can go get it where it's on paper that they have supervised visitations if they think, or they have to meet in a neutral place. But Nevaeh was saying, which I applaud her for, if this is really how she feels, she don't ever try to block Blue from not seeing his kids or being a part of his kids' life. They are welcome over there. Well, of course they welcome over there because it's his house. So you don't have a choice if they come over there. But she will do nothing to them or, talk about their parents or anything else. She welcomed them. Now, when I look at all 3 of these ladies, I look at Chrisean, who acts like a goddamn man. She's super masculine. He wants a femme woman, right? He wants a femme woman. And so when I look at Chrisean, I don't think she'll ever be number one like that if this dude was to settle down. Because she's like another nigga to him. That's what he said. She's so masculine as she is. If you watch her, she's just so masculine. That energy and her demeanor is very, very masculine, right? For a woman, And then Jada, I don't know much about her, but she looked like she's doing her thing. She's a lady over there taking care of her 2 kids. But in Nevaeh, she's a little softer for him, but she's weak too. But she's a little softer for him. But this guy is saying he's not going to put himself in a position where he get in trouble. you know. So somehow they got to meet on common ground. So I guess he just stopped going to see the kids with Jada. I guess so. And he goes over, you know, when he wants to be bothered with them, he go over to see Chrisean Jr. But we not even sure if that's really his kid. In one breath they say it's not his kid, and the next breath they say it's his kid. So this circus is circusing. Trust me, it's circusing. But let's get back to the video, cause he tells me facts.
On me and my first baby mama right now. She wants to control how I hang out with my kids. You feel me? Me and her have always had an understanding. Don't have your significant other around my kids, and I won't have my significant other around your kids. Once you break that rule, screw crib. Now you got to bring the kids to me. And bitches don't want to do that. So if the bitches don't want to do that, I guess your kids won't have a father, because I ain't going to jail and I'm not dying because you want to control how I hang out with the kids. That. So we don't gotta be together, but you gotta respect me. What's up? Shout out to Liz Marie 69 for the 5 gifted. Man, it better not be a bitch on the phone or something. Shout out to Indeed. It's simple, chat. I'm not compromising myself for no controlling, trying to hold the kids and say, come see him. No, drop them little motherfuckers off over here. This is where I live. Why the f can't my kids come where I live? What? Because my girlfriend lives here? No, that's not a good enough reason. That's controlling.
He make a valid point there. He makes a valid point there. Why can't they go to his house? He has a big house. Now, they could, I think it's so much hostility and so drama amongst him with these women. Hey, baby girl, love you, baby. I don't know if they think that this girl's going to do something or something's going to happen. I don't think so. If they went to Blueface house to visit with him as a parent, but it seems like it's controlling. And we do know that women will use kids to get back at the children's father or whatever, right? They will use them as pawns. And that's the fucked up thing, but it really happens. You ain't gonna be able to see your kid if you don't do this or you don't do that. Nah, you ain't gonna see it. We know that happens a lot too, because that's some things that we've seen throughout life. You know, where parents aren't able to see their children because of the disdain or the dislike the mother has for the father. They're not allowed to see the father. So, you know, nowadays, the courts are actually giving more men custody of their children. Yeah. Some men are getting custody of their children. And I don't know if men do the same thing, or will they react the same thing, or for whatever reason the custody was taken from the mom and given to the dad. But we do know women do use their children as pawns. And maybe in this situation, that's what Jada is doing, because they don't like Nevaeh. And I sense a little jealousy from all of them to a certain extent when you kind of watch them and they do their little lives. It seems like they all, Chrisean and Jada, is a little jealous of Nevaeh. Now, at this point, Nevaeh is jealous. She's not so much jealous. She just mad she can't control Blue or stop him from seeing crack rock. But let's continue. But women do that, and he's saying that's the reason why, if you want to know, he's saying it out his mouth that he don't go, because to see his children or not in his children's lives is because she's manipulating. She's manipulating the situation and not making them available to him, that he could bring them to his house and they could visit with him there. Okay, let me read these comments right quick, and then we'll get back on. Good morning, beautiful Monty. Love you. Beneath an outward display of grandiosity, individual with narcissistic traits often battle intense feelings or emptiness, inadequacy, and fear of exposure. You're an absolute blossom. You are absolute right. it's something deeper with him. And we know it's something deeper with him. And that's why he's so mean to these women. It's from trauma, right? And sometimes when I watch Blue and I watched him with this new baby, there's a soft, good side to him. But like I told you, he almost like bipolar. It doesn't stay very long. And that could be his narcissistic trait. It wears off very good because, but I believe he has a deep-rooted hurt. And this is his revenge on other women because of whatever went on with him and his mama. Right? It started from there, his mama. And again, love is taught, y'all. Love is taught. So if he's not taught to love and he don't receive love and he don't know love, he don't know how to give true love. Some things he do that I've seen is kind of loving, don't last very long. Like, you know, he has the potential to love and be softer and be nicer. It just doesn't last long. It's as if he's fighting this battle, right? I told you he full of demons too. He full of demons too. Like he's fighting against him being a better person. Okay, let me read this. My husband and son got custody of their children. One reason I married him, he is the father and the daddy. Okay, now let's read these comments. Jaden is hurt, and I understand why she is the way she is, but I don't think it is right doing so. Yeah, she's hurt. They all kind of hurt, but allow him to be a father. But again, maybe she don't want her kids around all this chaos and this behavior, this cussing, and letting his kids experience him mistreating other women. I don't know, because I don't know Jada. I don't know what she's thinking. But what I do know is I agree with him. Why can't they come over his house and he could spend some time with him there? Child, they on camera 24/7. So it ain't like he could do nothing, because baby, he streamed 24/7 his whole life. So I'm sure if something was happening, she would catch it. Blossom, exactly. Real men take care of their kids and will be in their kids' life by any means necessary. I agree with that. That's why I said, Monty, perhaps they can get court order, or they could come to an agreement that they could meet in a place that he could visit and have his kids, and she don't have so much control over. But like Blueface is saying, she's controlling it. She's controlling it, and I believe she may be keeping him away from his children. Because like he said, he don't have to be with you to be in his kids' lives. You know, he's saying that. You could go on about the business, but he still want to be a parent to his kid. Now, how true that is, I don't know. She had them around it and more before they broke up. Now she want to be high and mighty out. She want to talk down on them. But all of them have been around this craziness. All of them have been a part of Blueface circus. They all been a part. But now they feel much better. Again, let's do this on the flip side. All right? Maybe she realized how reckless she was living and the recklessness that her children was around, and she had leveled up and matured, and she don't want that around her children. We don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping maybe that's the case, and she's just not holding his children, as hostage, that he can't see them. Maybe she did level up, but again, if you look at her on the flip side, she ain't too level. Her ass get up here too, going back and forth with him. So I don't know how much of a higher level she at, But let's continue, because I tell you, if Blueface doesn't do anything else, I'm going to give that boy his props, that man, that crazy mo, his props for telling you straight out right what he's about. He don't make no... he don't sugarcoat that shit. He tell you straight out what he's about. This is who he is. This is who you will accept. This is the shit that you will accept if you want to be with him. So who's mad? I'm not mad. She used to have him around half-naked girls, alcohol. True. I remember Blue asking him if he was yagged because his oldest son was hiding in the snack room. Oh, hey, Niecy Pooh, that's coming from... Now listen. I heard these brothers talk about Blueface, right? And I know I downloaded it, but let me find it. But let me tell you. Now, some people seem to think that he's down low, right? Yeah, these brothers sitting around, and they talking about him. And they talking about how he treat these women, what's going on. And this one brother said, I believe he's down low. I believe he's gay. Now that's what the brother said, and the other brother asked him, well, break it down. Manny, somebody, not Monty, I'm thinking about, he said, well, break it down. He starts saying the reason why he hate and treat women like that basically is because he's down low. And when he went on Jason Lee's, he referenced it as us. You make us feel uncomfortable to come out of the closet. Now, I think it was a slip. You know, he was just saying us, but this brother seems to think that he is down low because some of the fetishes that he liked, the things he liked. And this brother was saying no real man will let you do no shit to him and will really like stuff like that. So I got in a conversation with my young son. And I was talking to him about it. And but he was saying, nah, Mom, anytime you let anybody, now this is him, enter you like that, you know, that takes your manhood away. Terrence Howard said, and then other people said, and that's what they do. And he said, nah, that shit gay. I don't even play like that. That's him saying, you could do what you want to do, you know. Your sexuality is not my business. I don't agree with people pushing their sexuality on me or anything like that. I don't get involved. But these brothers was definitely saying that they feel like he's down low gay. Now, I don't know. And the way he treats women, is he fighting something? You know, now I didn't see that in him. I didn't see that in him. But I did have the Jason Lee clip, and it was like a Freudian slip. I don't know, Freudian slip. It was a slip. He was just saying, y'all want people to come out of the closet, but in the next breath, you make them feel uncomfortable. But he said us. He used the word, you want us to come out. He was asking Jason Lee, you know, he don't understand him. And he was asking him, how come y'all want people to come out the closet, but you make them feel uncomfortable? Yeah, Terrence Howard spoke of that. The reason why in the industry we talk about that, I think he hates women because of his mother too. But we talked about in the industry the reason why that one of the rituals that they do is that men have to have sex with men and women with women is because it strips them of their masculinity. He was saying you will never get your manhood. He named it your manhood back when you indulge in certain things like that. So I believe if you really didn't want to do those things and somehow you was forced to do those things, or you compromised yourself to do those things, you will the rest of your life feel some kind of way if that's not who you really was or who you really is, and you really didn't want to do it. You did it for the bag, for the contract. You know that you offered your butt up. And so they talk about him being in jail and stuff like that. You know what happened to him in jail, you know? So let's continue. So it could be a number of reasons. I'm like, Mom, I think it's because of his mother. Have these things pushed on them for the fame and money. Yeah, I got a clip. You know, when I talk about that, I have a clip where this guy said they wanted him to do certain things, and because he declined to do them, you know, he was kicked out. He wasn't ever entered, you know, allowed in the club. And I think they do that to strip you of your masculinity and hold something over your head. And that's the way of doing it. He said he was offered by some music execs to get down with all of them, basically. And they'll give him what he wanted. He declined to take that offer. And so he didn't get no contracts. But they clearly told him, you can get a contract if you did this. Let me see if this is what it is. Let me try to bring it up. Oh yeah, hold on. Here it is. So I have that, but I don't know if what happened to Blueface. If something really happened to him recently too in prison. You know, I can't say this man is straight or gay. He only appeared to be heterosexual to me. I'm not gonna question his sexuality because I don't give a flip about it. But let's continue.
Shout out to Juju Bina. Shout out to Good for the sub. Shout out to I Am the Real JT for the sub. Shoot Crip. So that's how I am, chat. We don't gotta be together for me to do my part as a father, but you will have to respect. You will have to respect like my safety. You don't gotta respect me at all. You can say me every time I come see the kids. You don't gotta respect me, but you have to respect my safety. Don't have no niggas around the kids. Don't have no niggas where your kids stay. Or I'm not coming over there. School Crip. Straight like that. I'm not coming over there.
Now wait a minute, Blueface. I don't agree with you. School Crip. I don't agree with you because if these women link up with men that care for them and care for their kids, you're gonna hold that against them like he asked Nevaeh. He gave her some rules. He don't want no men around his kids, none of her friends, no men friends, no this, no gay men, no this around his kids. School Crip. But now School Crip, they can meet someone and start a relationship with them, and they could treat their children well. And why should that interfere with him going over there being a father if they not threatening him? Is that because he don't know what he'll do and not so worried about the other people, what they'll do to him? Because why can't she find someone, fall in love with somebody else, marry them, they treating your kid and the other kids good? What right do you have? That's a form of control, saying, if you want me to be involved in my kids, then you won't be able to have anyone else around them. You know, you can't live with anybody, you can't date anyway, my kids can't be around, you can't date anyone. School Crip. School Crip. What he was saying, right? That's not right. Oh, schoolyard Crip. He's obligated to say and do that, schoolyard Crip. He has his nerve. She has had to deal with plenty of women around his kids. This is why she keeps the kids away from him. He is so controlling. Both of them sound like it, but it could be him. He's a very manipulative, narcissistic ass. We all agree with that, but let's continue. And then I'm going to be through with this. I'm checking.
Act like, oh well, I don't want to bring them over there because you got this going on. Call that.
How you doing?
You already got niggas all up and through there. So what's the difference?
You talking about Jay?
Now you want to control some shit? No, that. I guess I'm a deadbeat then. That. I'd rather be a deadbeat father than a dead mother. School Crip. Or a nigga doing life. Cause this got niggas all up and through her house, and I'm just over there trying to do my daddy thing, and her nigga want to pop up and all that shit. Hell no. What the that? I'll be a deadbeat dad before I'll be a dead motherfucker. Or a nigga doing life with a motherfucker. You got that. Shout out to Allegedly Fine with the 5 Gifted. That's my knowledge, that's my logic, and I'm sticking to that. Shout out to Bridget, 1971 for the sub. Let's go, Bridget. I see you with the 5 Gifted. Shout out to Nana. Shout out to Darbs, 2303 with the 5 Gifted. What's the fuck I'm talking about? What the hell? Never take her home with the keys to the telly. I'm like the top.
School Crip. Everything is School Crip. But he made a valid point there. I don't believe you should put yourself in that situation, a safety situation. I'm going to play this clip, and then I told y'all my sciatica nerve been bothering me.
I don't give a
Look.
I'm finna risk my life, trying to control the kids and all the shit. What the?
That makes sense if that's what's going on. That makes sense.
But anyways, enough about all that. I hope Nevaeh's just being mindful and paying close attention to how things can be and how fucked up I really am.
Wow.
Because that's how it is for me. Shout out to Arkansas Beauty. Here we go with another unsub.
So basically, he did his confession to admit what an ungrateful mother freaker he is. Hold on, y'all. My back started to bother me, so I'm gonna get ready to end this and go do some exercise and put my medication on. That's sciatica nerve, That's it's no joke, y'all. That nerve is very, very painful. So, anywho, basically, he came to do his confession to admit to who he is, what he's about, and it sounded like he was a little worried that Nevaeh may be getting her own shit going someplace, and it appeared to me that he liked her, that he likes Nevaeh to a certain extent. For some reason, he may have a little love for her. Now, Nevaeh will use this baby to keep him. Of course, she had him to keep him, But everything's my baby, your baby. Here, hold your baby, call your baby, get your baby, baby, call me. I know people who have some patches for that pain, Mama Tiva. Okay, I'll call you. I sure will, sugar. I appreciate you. So he came down here to do that confession. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But before I leave, I'm going to run this clip and we're going to talk a little bit about this because we talked about manhood, Terrence. Howard talking about what you have to do to level up in the industry, soul selling and stuff like that. We heard the other day that you do really have to make sacrifices and stuff like that. A lot of people say it, but this young guy tells a story. And again, a lot of times when I see these people and they say they are, I don't even know who the hell they are. But maybe because they didn't go through that particular door. But I want to play this clip for you. Enough of Blueface. Y'all let me know what you think. Listen, he's honest. He's upfront. But I think this confession was him really validating himself, trying to convince himself why he do certain things, and showing her that he has feelings for her. He think he loves her. He somewhat love her, but some other things is blocking his love for her, and I think it's trauma. But that's what this confession was about. If you don't know what he's about, it's okay for you not to like him. But one thing about him, he's upright. He straight out told these people what he's about. He know what is about. He don't give a shit. He's a narcissist. He don't care. He don't care how he's going to treat you. He told you you couldn't have anybody else tell you more plain and more clear what he's about, what you're about in this circus. So if you like it, I love it. So let me get to my next one. I think I pulled this up. So then we said we was talking a little bit about this, and I ran across this clip, and I believe that. Hold on, because I just sent this. I need to stop paying for Canva. I don't even use all that shit. Hold on, where is this at? This is I had this sent this to me. I sent it to Andrea. I believe I sent it to her. Just Andrea, I don't know where you're at. I hope things are going well for you, but me. I'm just gonna put me. But okay, I'm gonna see if this come up right quick. And we gonna talk about, but yeah, you can't blame Blueface, but I do believe from what I'm getting, my perspective is that maybe Nevaeh is trying to get her kick up so she can get ready to leave him. It's a strong possibility that that girl is plotting too. I can't imagine. What the fuck? Why is she going to my watch? It's gonna take time now. It's gonna take time, and then it'll come through 100 times because I have no patience. That's me. I think Nevaeh is she could be getting herself together to leave. I don't think so. I think she enjoyed the big house. She enjoyed the attentions that she's getting. You know, for some people, any attention is good attention, bad or negative. It's good attention for them because they getting attention. She may be one like that. Maybe she afraid to leave because he's telling her right out, you leave, you come back, it's gonna be 100 times worse. And I can't imagine what else the fuck he could do that's worse than what he's doing to her. But he has a plan if you leave me. And because he is a streamer and because this is his life and this is where he makes his money, the more chaos, the more drama sells on that channel. He get more subscribers and they watch him day in, day out. He got a whole camera crew. My thing is, if he leaves, if she decides that she's gonna leave Jonathan, and she comes back, he will make it much worse because he needs those views. He needs those views. And so he will make it much worse on that girl. I don't know why it ain't coming through, but I don't know. He will make it much worse on her and treat her 100 times worse than what he treated her. I can't think of nothing else he could do. He's beating her. He's abusing her. He's physically, mentally tearing her down. The only thing that he could do is physically abuse her, and I don't see him doing that. I don't see him doing that. I really don't. I don't see him being harmful to her in that manner physically. So, okay, I love you, baby. Take care. Have a good day. Kiss Jada for me. I don't see him doing that to her. I just see him being mentally abusive to her, and that's sometimes could be worse than physical, because he's breaking her down to nothing. This girl don't think she has nothing. She don't even think in her mind she could get anything. That's how fucked up in the mind she is, because chasing behind him. But you know stories behind her too. You know, I know you guys probably don't watch it, but they have videos of her too. She's been out there. She done been with a couple of men allegedly. According to some of these videos that's going around, she ain't no sweet thing like you think. She have been around the block a few times. If I'm not mistaken, I heard academics say it. Yeah, I heard academics say it. You know, he got a big podcast, so he said it. I don't want to lie on Whack. I think Whack made comments too about it. But yeah, they say she done been around the block. So she was going with, I believe, NBA YoungBoy, and got his name tatted on her face, Cottrell, his real name, and she covered it. And that's why he told her, you didn't want to put a nigga's name on your lease, but you put a nigga's name on your face. Get the fuck out. That's them. You know, how much sense does that? You tatted it, but she did cover it. But I didn't know she'd been with NBA YoungBoy as well. Yep, so I can't get this, I don't know what for reason why this is not coming up. My phone is slow in processing it. But you guys, I'm gonna get ready. Who, Nevaeh? Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, Nevaeh. They said she done been with a lot of men. They labeled her as that little shovel a hoe. Now, I didn't label it. They labeled her as a hoe. What? Nevaeh. So I don't know you guys, but they say she's been around the block a couple of times. That's why they were all asking who could be her baby's father, because she's been with several men. But I know that's her, because it was revealed that she got Cottrell, which is NBA YoungBoy's real name, tatted on her face, so she messed with him. Yeah, and you know they did that DNA test. She went and got it from CVS, ain't nothing wrong. My thing was, Why they gonna do? Well, she didn't stay very long in the hospital either. They got her ass up out of there. If you have a natural birth and you healing, you walking and you pass through, you're fine. You can leave, right? But they did that DNA test. That's we gotta see what that come back as. You know what they say. People seem to think the baby look like him. The baby looks like him. Even when as far as saying Nevaeh that it looks like the mom too, have the mom some. She took that test as if she's not worried. Yeah, they did one. No, he ain't do one for Junior. They said that was all for Zeus. They said really that was all for Zeus. That wasn't a DNA test that they took. But for this baby, he took one. But he didn't take one for Chrisean's baby. Now, they said that wasn't a DNA test, that was part of Zeus, that it was another type of test, but it didn't line up to be a real DNA test. Like I said, when I look at Chrisean Jr., from the pictures I've seen, he looks like the guy Ronnie Doe. That's who he looks like. He looks just like Ronnie Doe. He does not look like Blueface to me. Do they have similarities? A little bit. Blueface and Ronnie Doe has a little bit. Not too extreme, but they, but yeah. He doesn't acknowledge him really as being his son either. This one, he's goo goo gaga over this baby. Oh, baby. Oh, this little baby here, that Junior, she did the right thing too. Jonathan Jamal Porter Jr. That girl know how to play her position. Hey, Bird, what's up, baby? She named him after that. Well, she named him after him, I mean. Yeah, let me see. Oh, this was a long time ago. Now, y'all know Croy and Kim Bierman, Housewives of Atlanta. Her son, who's a football player, got arrested for SA. Is that crazy? And other crimes. Their son, he was brought up in a fucked up environment too. Kim Bierman and Corey Bierman's son was arrested for SA, y'all. Dang. Is that crazy or what? Yeah, so I wonder what he right. I saw that on YouTube. Yeah, that came across the news feed and something else came across there I wanted to talk about. I talked about that lady, how she went to Las Vegas and now she on the lock. Now Adrian Bronner, y'all, he got something going on too with him. He got something going on with him too. I think he wound it up. He was a boxer, but he wound up in the hospital just now. They said that he's drinking himself into death. He's drinking himself into oblivion now. He drinks so much liquor. So now he had a little heart attack and something else supposedly. Again, these people went to streaming. A lot of them went to streaming. You see some of these artists, these rappers and stuff going over to streaming at this kick, just like they did the celebrities who failed on TV or their contracts was over on TV. They start coming over to YouTube, creating a podcast because now this is what it's about. And these people come over with followers, though. They come over with followers, so they make big money because they already bring over thousands of subbies. Where YouTube, a lot of people, little smaller content creators, they have to work their way up there, and it's not easy. YouTube is changing their guidelines too. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, but now you have to have 8,000 watch hours to become a content creator and get in the paid program. Which that takes a lot, you guys. That 8,000 hours is a lot. 4,000 was a lot, But if you're already in the program, nothing changes for you other than they start counting your views the minute that you flip on your go live on your channel. They start counting those views, and that's a good thing, you know. Yeah. So Hayden Panettiere. Yeah, oh wow, things keep coming across my news feed about her too. Um, it's more to that. It's more to that. So they think they sniffed out who the artist was, the music artist, the top music artist. They got a video of them and the lady who took her to this gentleman to do these things. However, it's weird that every time someone wants to drop a video of I'm looking at my inbox to see if that shit came up. No, it didn't come up yet. And I sent it to myself 3 times. It didn't come. But every time somebody want to do a tell-all or something like that, they end up unalive. And it's always either overdose or suicide. Now, Hayden Panettiere, people think it was some foul play there by the boyfriend and his brother because supposedly she dated both of them. You know, but we know that she had been, as a young child star, passed around and damaged. She had some trauma going on. And so she had bad postpartum depression too. She gave the daughter to the father, or either they took the daughter. I think she took her daughter to another country to the father. But yeah, so I'm not sure what happened to her really. It's just odd. She was only 36 years old and she ended up, you know, dead. And they saying it's from an overdose. It's easy to always say someone overdosed, even if, and simply because if they come on here and they start talking about they don't have problems with drugs, it's easy for you to tie that to them. Yeah, KKK. Oh, the Carmelo Anthony trial. So somehow, I'm glad this came up. The Carmelo Anthony trial, they did recuse the judge, and got a new judge. But they said the 2 boys were part of the KKK, and they had threatening racist text surface. So something new development came up on that kid's case. Now that could be a good thing for him, you know, and they may look at the case a little different and lessen his time or whatever. Maybe he'll get off. Who knows? He'll get less time. But they say, yeah, previous undisclosed detail about Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf's background. And the Metcalf twins assaulted their mother. Again, the mother. What the fuck? Why are they assaulting their mother? But they assaulted their mother. Backgrounds are coming to light as Anthony fights to overturn his murder conviction and secure a new trial. Anthony, who was black, was convicted. We know he was. Metcalf, who was white, going on eating. But now, during a hearing Tuesday on the 20th, Thursday, the 20th of August, attorneys revealed information about both teenagers that was kept from jurors during Anthony's trial under an off-the-record agreement between prosecutors and the defense. Among the most significant revelation were records showing Metcalf and his twin brothers previously sprayed painted racist and anti-Semitic graffiti, including KKK, unalive all black people, hell to the Hitler, and the N-word, an upside down cross. The brothers received 12 months of juvenile probation through Denton County. Now, we got to be very careful because some of these people are doing what I call sacrifices. You know, I believe in that. Some things that are happening to these missing folk, black folk, teenagers, adults, and especially when queer folks are involved, are their way of sacrificing. I'm just going to say that. You guys, I had 20 more minutes to make 3 hours. I don't realize it. My aunt asked me, but how do she talk so much? I don't know. I'm gonna drop the link. I don't think anyone's gonna come up, but I'll drop the link. Thank you to all who joined me today. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're not a sub, consider becoming a subscriber and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I come on. Again, I said a long time and my back is starting to bother me now. Let me drop this just in case. I don't have my little co-host up here. Andrea. Y'all keep Andrea in prayer as she go for surgery next week. Speedy recovery, and pray all that goes well for Andrea. Blossom, thank you. I bet the baby is his. I think the baby is his too. I think the baby is Blueface's as well. And I don't think the other one is, but I think that baby is his. That's an adorable little baby too. And you know what pisses me off with her? I could wrap this up because I'm sick of that. Every time you turn around, get your shit together. Get your hair together. Put on some decent clothes and sitting on these streams. I'm so sick of you sitting around. You kind of trifling. And every time your boobs and shit hanging out with them little old t-shirts on and stuff like that. Girl, get yourself together to get on stream. You really need to. Present yourself looking good. You know? But everything is about that baby here. Get your baby. Every time you turn around, they got that baby in their arms, which the baby gonna be spoiled rotten because he tried to put the baby down yesterday and the baby started crying. He immediately picked the baby up and took the baby over to her, talking about he wanted some breast. It don't have to be that. You are holding the baby all the time. She holding the baby eating. You know, she's staying on that phone. Just let the baby lay down, get some rest, and y'all can pick them. But just to hold them all the time on stream, she just wants everybody to see. She wants everybody to see. Nevaeh really thinks she's number one in this game. I'm watching it. She really thinks she's number one. She really does. You know? Oh, and I don't know if y'all watched them, but I watch a couple on Instagram. They're getting a divorce. I'm sorry. Sacco and Dalton. Yeah, they some big TikTokers over there, and they're getting a divorce, you know. Unfortunate thing, she's a black lady. Actually, she's African. She's African, and he's a Caucasian guy, and they live down in West Virginia somewhere on this big farm, you know, piece of land out there, making cash money. And now they getting a divorce. Look, this one is another one, y'all. This is another one. Hold on. This girl right here, I don't know why the industry muck with this young girl because I done heard her say some stuff. She done got her body all fixed up, her lips and everything. Hold on, let me share her. Y'all gonna know. They should stay away from her. That was the one who did the tell-all and said she went to bed with Snoop Dogg and all these people. Look at this one. This trickster around. Look at Selena Powell. Look at all these white people. Look at her. Look at her. That girl got her lips and everything done. She looks a hot mess. But you know what these are? These are set-up girls. These are money-hungry girls who are trying to get connected with some of these celebrities, these rappers and everything, so they can have babies, trap them, so they can get paid from them, or they can get some type of clout. They will sell it. So look how Selena Powell looked. She didn't look like that before. And I didn't really know her, but I heard her. I came across her on a podcast, and she was exposing all the men she had slept with, just like Karen, the superhead lady. She was exposing them all, and she talked about Snoop Dogg. Look how she's looking at him. Just like, you're not going to pick me. It's really a sad thing that these young girls put themselves out there and they get all these surgeries. I came across an article the other day I was reading about this African Dr. Ajabude, or somebody who completed all these plastic surgeries on these women, these BBLs and stuff. and 5 of the women died after his surgery. And he had been practicing all over. He was licensed in 9 states doing these quick BBLs, and they were taking such a long time to do, like hours and hours to complete the BBL. Like, these people ran into complications and died. Yeah, and they just, baby, they running for these BBL. Now she got all this lip filler in her lip. They don't like us, but they want to look like us. And we so quick to grab them up versus grabbing one of your own. Every time you get a little status, you get a little money, you get connected, some social status, you run and you get these fucking clear girls or these girls from other races, right? You quick to do that. And what happens? They milk your ass dry. I just read 2 NFL stories. One NFL, one NBA. They ain't been married a year, and the girl got 2-point-something million from him. Plus, she got $5,000 a month for child support. They have these babies. My daughter and I had a conversation, and she said the difference between black parents and white parents. White parents groom their girls to go to college and meet an athlete and secure the bag. And black parents teach their kids to go to school, get an education, and become an independent woman, right? But they doing that to all the athletes now. They send them Becky's to them. They think they got some. So when they take everything they got, I don't give not one fuck about it. Because surely it was a black woman like your mama, your grandmama, and stuff that you could have selected. But they try to make them think that exotic women, right? Exotic, thank you. Exotic women are better. White women are better. And so they go out and think they getting better. And a lot of times this shit ain't just something coming from the top of my head. They're sent to them. They are sent to them. Why are all of them around this party? All these exotic women, these white women, why are they all around these celebrities? Because they are sent to them. They go in those parties, they get to drinking and something happens, and they hook them. They end up, Adrian Bronner right now has some charges for SA on him from one of these parties. Excuse me, it gets hot in here, y'all. I had cut my hair off, but I'm about to go cut it back on. From one of these parties. So they are purposely being around in those circles so they could trap these men, have babies by them, and then take them for all they have. And when they throwing all these big parties, spending all this money, they're spending money, baby. You ain't gonna get that much because a lot of this shit is for show. So when it comes down, you're not getting a whole lot of money for child support. And again, Blueface said it best. We could go on and make a family with somebody else. You fools are stuck with these babies. Yeah, but they do. They purposely send them on these black boys and men, and the men go for it. And what happens? They take them down. So good for them. But anyway, it is getting extremely hot in here. I need to go cut the air on. I had the windows open to let in some fresh air. And then I need to go put on my cream on my lower back and do some stretches because my sciatica is on 10. And that shit is very painful. Very painful. So I shouldn't be sitting up no long periods of time. And I've been on almost 3 hours. Y'all, hold on. I'm going to play something else to get us closer. I don't know why my shit didn't come up. To get us across this 10 minutes. Let's see. Let me see. After mother, let me see what this is. Now, we're going to talk about this. Hold on, y'all. We're going to talk about this one. Now, I'm not gonna go into the whole thing, you guys, but this blonde hair, you notice a lot of celebrities and artists, you know, Kanye West did it. After Kanye West got in that trouble and he got out of sight for a while, he came back with this blonde hair. What does this blonde hair really represent? So the satanic Illuminati ritual of Adrian Bronner and Dean the Great. Now, just watch this clip right quick. I ain't going to play it all, but watch it while I go cut my L on. Let me see. Because these are rituals right in front of our face. But he's saying it jokingly. See, a lot of them say it jokingly. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Just watch this and I'll be back. Let me put it on big screen. And I'll be back, you guys. I got to cut my L on. I can't stand it. Watch a little of this. 504 Chronicle World. Shout out. Watch a little. I'll be right back. I don't want to play the whole video.
They say we sold our soul, dude. Damn, since the truth is out. And dude, it's part of the ritual. We gotta dye hair. Act the way we act.
They say everybody got a price, but when you down to your last dollar, that price gets real cheap, real fast. And to be honest, that's where this story gets interesting, because the Illuminati talk surrounding Adrian Broner and Dean the Great didn't come out of nowhere. These two dudes actually went on camera and joked about being part of the Illuminati themselves, like it was all good. Now, whether they were joking, trolling, chasing the reaction, or saying something they genuinely believe is a different conversation. Once you put those words on the internet, you can't control what people do with them. And the internet did what the internet always does. It started connecting dots and bringing it all together. Welcome to the Matrix.
I ain't gotta apply for no Chick-fil-A. Out the Matrix.
For years, Adrian Broner built a reputation around being larger than life. About billions was his brand.
AB, Rob Billy, always bought a lot of bills, always bought. Athletic bastard, ain't beat me. Welcome to the life of AB.
Designer clothes, money flying everywhere, jewelry, cars, women, celebrity friends, the whole nine. 4-division world champion. AB wasn't just a boxer. He turned himself into a character, one of the most entertaining fighters in the sport.
Some people would say I'm a professional boxer. Some people say I'm a fighter. But AB is a professional entertainer. I like to entertain.
Then the character started cracking. The losses came.
Well, they announced the decision. He ends up winning in a decision.
Yeah.
And then before they do the whole post-fight thing, you just walk out of the ring.
Yeah.
And at that point, fans were booing. They were throwing drinks at you and everything else like that. Why did you walk out before actually, doing the proper stuff?
Man, my emotions rolling. I ain't care for no interview.
The legal problems came.
We start with breaking news first on 9 on your side at noon. Local boxing star Adrian Broner arrested again. Jail records show that Broner was arrested yesterday in Atlanta for sexual battery. TMZ reports a woman accused Broner of groping her at a mall. Last April, Broner was arrested here in the tri-state on an open warrant. This is video of that arrest. He was previously charged with robbery, assault, gun charges, and domestic violence.
So now he went from being a boxer to being a streamer. His boxing career, he just walked away from it, and now he's a streamer. See, these rappers, these has-been people are running to that kick. Now, him and Dean the Great, they do streaming together.
The financial problems became public. The same man who once looked untouchable was suddenly dealing with a completely different reality. Then there's Dean, young, hungry for clout, internet raised. He came up in a generation where attention itself became AdSense revenue. If you were willing to compromise your integrity on camera, you don't necessarily need a championship belt anymore. You need views, clips, viral moments, controversy, and most importantly, you need to stay relevant.
What's up, Nevaeh'S? It's your boy Dini with a hoodie. I got no hoodie on. Today, I'm gonna be fighting a boxer. He ain't on my level, but I'm gonna be fighting a boxer, you know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna see my little skills or whatever, I'm gonna tag his ass, or bite me for it down, you know what I'm saying? Ball head.
Two completely different roads, but eventually those roads crossed.
Today, He says he's training with one and only. Dig what I'm saying? The Can Man, aka AB, aka Adrian Broner, aka a lot of y'all saying Belly Broner. They say AB scammed me on the gram. Nah, man, I ain't never did no scamming. Nah, I ain't never did no scamming. Motherfuckers got you. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna talk to me like that. Call me no scam. Nah, for real, I ain't gonna lie. You know what? If I scammed you.
And once AB and Dean started appearing together, screaming together, arguing together, making money together, people started looking at everything they did through a completely different lens.
Stop, bro! I'm helping you. Stop, bro. Nah, I ain't playing, bro.
Now, I think this was a serious part. They almost got into an altercation. But is this the craziest shit? Why are they dressed alike? Two grown, full-fledged men. That's some weird shit. But let's continue. Cause they got real.
Go, gang.
You don't do that, little bro.
Gang, come on. Hey, no, hey, chill out. Hey, get her up out of here, cuz. She's clout chasing. No, she's talking. She gotta go. We good. It's brother. Good. Let's go, cuz.
That's when conspiracy went from something that was said into something people started watching on every stream. Their live broadcast became the evidence. Every haircut, every outfit, every strange interaction, every public embarrassment, every animal, every bizarre moment.
Hey, is this me? Wait, is it me or is it both of us? Nah, get on, cuz. Oh, I gotta let him grab it first. Is it me or both of us? Oh,
hell no.
I slipped. Cuz. I ain't gonna lie, I slipped. This ain't no cuss. I slipped. Oh, I ain't had no grip. I ain't had no grip. That's what it was. You ain't even helped me, cuz. You just sat there and watched me go get out for the count. You ain't with me.
People weren't just watching anymore. They were decoding. And the first thing they noticed wasn't a snake or a goat. It was a transformation. Broner and Dean started changing their appearances. Dean cut his locks. Broner cut his beard.
Okay.
What are two grown men? This shit is so weird. When I was watching this, I'm like, why are these two men really doing this? Are they being humiliated so they could go higher? Because they pretty big over there. Dean is pretty big over there, him and AB in the kick world, the streaming world. But this some weird shit. And this blonde hair, and he says it playing off. Let's continue to watch, though. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think.
Off the rip, gang. Damn. Off the rip, gang. Go ahead, bro. How long you want it, though?
How do you want it? Oh, we all know. I ain't gonna lie, this shit gone, my boy. This shit gone, yo, bitch, bro. God, you a bitch, guys. This shit gone, you a bitch, huh?
And to a normal viewer, that's exactly what it could be. Two grown men changing their hairstyle. But the internet doesn't see ordinary behavior the same way. To people already convinced that celebrities communicate through hidden symbolism, changing your appearance can represent something much bigger. The Illuminati calls it the death of the old identity.
What is Illuminati? It is a secret society which has control over any person from taking him to success till ending someone's life.
The idea is simple. Before somebody enters their world, the person they used to be has to disappear. The locks can grow back. The beard can grow back. But the old identity, it never does. And suddenly, a haircut isn't just a haircut. A shaved face isn't just a shaved face. It's an entire transformation.
They did the same thing to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat did the same thing. He cut off all his hair. But guess who executed that haircutting? LeBron James. Remember I told you, it's not so much the boule for black folk. I mean, it's not so much the Illuminati is for black folk, is the boule. And so for Kai Cenat, now, he's an extreme streamer. He is huge. Got this university and everything. But look, they cut off all his dreads. They did some things. They humiliated him. And then he rose levels rose to a different level. That shit's real, y'all. Don't think everything is conspiracy. If you would just follow the patterns and the things that they have to do, the blonde hair, we gonna talk about it. I got a video on why they changed their hair. Remember, automatically they stripped the image, stripped them of their own image and to make them part of what they want them to be.
Mission, it's rebirth. At least that's how the indoctrination theory of the Illuminati goes. But then something else happened. The appearance changes weren't the only thing happening. The animals started appearing. That's where the story gets way more stranger.
They gonna explain the goat and the snake.
The goat should have been just another piece of content, except the internet doesn't see ghosts the same way when everyone is already talking about the Illuminati. In our culture, goat means greatest of all time. It's sports slang, it's music slang, it's everywhere. But the Illuminati took that same animal and gave it another meaning. Baphomet, occult symbolism, elite imagery. Once Dean and Adrian Broner were seen in the acting with live goats during their content run, people started asking a simple question. Why goats?
Bye. We doing yoga with goats, gang. You in it?
Wait, which one's Ronaldo? Which one's Messi? Who you got though? Ronaldo or Messi is the GOAT?
We got 3 on. That's my dog.
You had a GOAT, didn't
Did you really?
Now, if you all start paying attention and you go back and you look at videos that they say are part of rituals and celebrities with different videos and animals, you would always see a goat. I didn't know why, but the goat head is part of the symbol for the Baphomet's head. I didn't know. That's why I'm thinking, yeah, all this shit is not a conspiracy. People are sitting down and they're researching this, piecing it together for us. Because why does a goat have to be involved in a lot of what they do? But it is. They utilize the goat, so now I see why.
They stuck on the feet, you don't want to turn it around.
Oh,
they shit. Hey, get this shitty ass nigga up out of here.
Hey, you never find out the point. You would think that.
Nigga, what are those milk duds?
Little grapes.
So what they gonna do on our back?
They supposed to stand on our back.
Now let's be clear about what actually makes this interesting. It isn't an animal by itself, it's the timing. These weren't two strangers randomly discussing the Illuminati on some podcast years ago. These were two dudes who had already been on the radar in public conversation and began producing increasingly bizarre content around one another. So every new piece of imagery became another piece of the puzzle for viewers who already believed there was something deeper happening. The goats became symbolic, then came the snakes.
You saw this, huh?
Yeah, nah.
So I kind of know how to deal with these.
Yeah. All right, look. You can hold it right here, okay? That's it. Right there. Not too hard, not too hard. Little softer. Just like that.
You understand? I'm comfortable. Nigga. I had a snake in my video. You talking about, nigga, do this. I ain't scared of no snake. Nigga.
What you think? What you think?
I ain't scared of no snake.
And this is where the conspiracy theory got even more serious. The serpent has been used as a symbol across countless cultures and religions for thousands of years. Depending on the tradition, it could represent wisdom, temptation, rebirth, danger, deception, healing, or transformation. So when people see somebody handling a massive snake on camera, they don't all see the same thing. Some see entertainment, some see stupidity, some see fearlessness. But the Illuminati, they see symbolism. They interpret the snake as another step into forbidden knowledge and temptation. The idea that somebody has become comfortable with something that once represented fear. That's the story they're telling. And because Dean and Adrian Broner were already talked about as being part of the Illuminati, the picture being painted.
Now, I think sometimes they try to throw us off and they say that jokingly, or they always play with it jokingly, but I believe it's the truth. I don't think they just joking it. And then they say it's for artistic, like the symbols and the signs and all that. It's just for artistic, you know what I'm trying to say. The artist is just doing that for, oh, damn, I can't even get out. But y'all know for artistic. for artistry. Is nothing more to it. But I believe because too many artists use the same thing. There's tons of videos and music videos and regular videos with artists with certain things that appear in their videos. And like I said, that Travis Scott was a whole sacrificial thing. But people will never look at it like that. They were up there screaming, telling Travis Scott that, you know, they had to stop it. People was getting trampled over. People was dying out there. And he continued to let it go. Why did anyone ever stop that concert to attend to what was going on? Because was it really, allegedly, a sacrificial ritual right there in front of us? So, but let's continue. There's not very much left.
It hit different. A random streamer holding a snake might get a few thousand comments. The streamer who had been publicly discussed as being part of the Illuminati holding a snake, now the comment section becomes the courtroom. Everybody becomes an investigator. Screenshots start circulating. Clips get reposted. People slow the videos down. They compare outfits, they compare jewelry, they compare behavior. In every strange moment, it's streamed live to the world. But there's another part of the story that made the Illuminati rumors even more compelling: humiliation. Because if you go back and look at the way Broner's public image changed over the years, the change is enormous. This was a man who once walked into arenas surrounded by people, money, and cameras because he controlled the spotlight. Now some of his most viral moments come from drunken live streams where he is humiliating himself on camera. Arguments, embarrassing situations, money disputes, public fallout, all playing out on live stream.
I need a drink. I need to get
But you don't grab me away from Scott Storch. You gotta go right now, though. No, I'm about to take a drink with Scott Storch. Hey, come on. Let me look at you. Man, switch it up, bro. We gotta go, though, bro. Scott Storch. Okay, that's cool, bro. I love it. Nice to meet you, bro. I got to take a shower. No, every nigga, come on, bro. That's weird. All right, how that to you on there, bro? We run the Empire. We run the Empire at school. I'm not fighting.
See, he trying to control his drinking, telling him like he drinking too much. I believe as of now, as this video is playing, you got Adrian Bronner in the hospital right now. I think he might have suffered some type of heart attack and something else. But you see this guy just drinking himself to death. And you see where Dean somewhat, if you watch over there, and I know a lot of you aren't over there. I don't know how the hell I got over there, y'all, but I'm over there, right? If you watch them, you'll see where he's really trying to control him from drinking so much because you see that he's killing himself.
Make you leave no more, gang. You take a shot with every you see, bro. Come on, bro. I said
you mad? I
said we gonna chill on the drinks, bro. There's too many drinks, bro. Come on, bro. Tripping up the liquor, gang.
And Dean, he isn't exactly watching from a distance. He's inside those same discussions as Broner, getting slapped around during live stream. That right there gave the internet another theory to work with. The Illuminati, they call it the humiliation ritual. The idea is that somebody who wants access to greater wealth or influence must first surrender their pride publicly in front of the entire world. But that's not what made the rumor spread. What made them spread was watching two dudes who once seemed obsessed with controlling their image become increasingly comfortable destroying that same image in front of an audience. And that brings us to the most uncomfortable question of the entire story. What happens when humiliation stops looking accidental?
Yeah. Now watch this. But he wraps this video up very nicely.
At some point, the embarrassment became the entertainment. The entertainment became the content. That's the part the internet can't stop watching because social media changed the rules. Back in the day, a celebrity could have a bad night and wake up the next morning for most of the world never knowing. Live streaming It killed that privacy. Now the meltdown is the content. The argument is the content. The humiliation is the content. And if millions of people are watching, even a disaster can become profitable. That's exactly why the A.B. and Dean situation became so easy for the internet to interpret as some Illuminati type shit. Two dudes publicly chasing money. Two dudes being openly accused of being part of the Illuminati. Two dudes involved in increasingly chaotic streams and an audience watching every second. Then came another Illuminati conspiracy theory, matching clothes, identical outfits, same colors, same presentation, the exact same fit. Normally, two people dressing alike me.
What the fuck is going on with that, y'all? What is really going on? Two full-fledged grown men dressing alike. This is some weird shit that they do over there, but I don't get that. How did he really link up with him? Because he was a boxer and Adrian Bronner was a boxer too, walked away, and so now all this humiliation is setting on them for them to grow higher. We already seen them. I don't know, y'all didn't see it, but I saw how they did Castanet, and look how huge Castanet is. So there is levels to this successful shit in this industry.
It's exactly what it looks like. They working together. They filming together. Maybe they sponsor together. Maybe it's simply the look they going for. But with the Illuminati, identical clothing carries another meaning. Individuality disappears. According to the internet, once someone becomes part of the Illuminati, their personal identity becomes less important. They are no longer supposed to stand apart. They're supposed to move together, look alike together, represent the same thing. And when Dean and Bronner started appearing in the same fit, the internet did what it had already been doing. Like I said earlier, connecting another dot. Hair changed, animals appeared, public humiliation became content. Now the clothing looked coordinated. To their fans, none of that was random anymore. It was a pattern, and patterns are always powerful because once somebody believes they see one, everything afterwards starts confirming it. That's where the line between entertainment and real life starts getting blurry. Maybe two dudes are simply doing outrageous things because the outrageous content gets views. Maybe bullshit is the business model. Maybe the arguments are real. Maybe they're staged. Maybe the Illuminati talk was nothing more than two dudes knowing exactly how much controversy those words would create. Or maybe, just maybe, the people watching believe they're seeing something that was trying to be hidden the entire time. And that's what makes this story hit different. The question isn't simply whether the Illuminati exists. The question is why two public figures would voluntarily put themselves into that position in the first place. Because
Yo, let me know, do you believe that the Illuminati exists? Do you believe that the Boule exists? That'll be really interesting if you all would just comment either underneath this video or the ones that's in here. It's 13 of y'all in here, and you up in the sky. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, Bush Watchers. However, the more that I see this shit, the more videos and the more that I see people really break this Illuminati and Boule shit down, I'm more of a believer in it. I truly must say, I don't think all of this is just conspiracy. I think it's a reality and it's being exposed because of social media. And the more you watch it, it'll really come together and make perfectly good sense. But y'all let me know below this, comment below this video and let me know if y'all believe in the Illuminati and the Boule. Go look it up for yourself. This guy is actually looking at it from two angles. He's telling you everything they do is basically representing what they call the Illuminati. However, are they just doing it for clicks and views, and because it causes so much questioning whether the Illuminati and the Boule and all that stuff real? Are they just making money off of it, or are they truly real? And this the way that they have learned to do, social media to stir the pot and create the chaos about the Illuminati for people to believe in and for them to earn clicks and views? I don't know. I believe it's true. That's just me.
Once the internet starts saying it, you don't have to convince anybody no more. Your audience will do the rest. And that's exactly what happened. Fans begin revisiting everything, the old clips, the new streams, the appearance changes, the animals, the matching clothes, the arguments, the money problems, the legal headlines. Everything became part of one big giant rumor, but there was still one piece missing. The money. Because underneath every Illuminati conspiracy is the same basic question. What would make somebody willing to sacrifice their own identity for something bigger? And when you put that question next to AB financial history and Dean's relentless pursuit for the next viral bag, conspiracy suddenly had its favorite ingredient, desperation.
Yeah. This is it.
Desperation is where the conspiracy becomes most powerful because money changes how people look at everything. Adrian Broner knows what it's like to have millions. He also knows what it's like to lose them all. Dean came up in an entirely different situation where attention can turn into money almost overnight and disappear just as quickly. So when two dudes like that start talking about becoming billionaires from streaming, the internet isn't going to hear those words the same way everybody else.
Look who's behind a lot of this streaming, this kicking, and these different type of people going streaming. Zeus Network is behind a lot of this shit. The fights that they just had the other night, it was hosted by Zeus Network. So you all will have to do your own research, and it'll tell you what Lemmy and them over there doing, and Natalie Nunez or Newsom. You can see they call it a demonic industry. And that they behind it.
Does. According to Illuminati conspiracy theory, people don't simply become part of some hidden elite network by signing a normal contract. The theory says there's a sacrifice, a surrender, a point where the individual gives up something personal in exchange for money, fame, and access. The wild part is this. Sometimes conspiracy theorists describe that sacrifice literally. Other times, they interpret it differently. Your identity, your dignity, your privacy, your morals, your real life. And when they look at AB and Dean, they see men willing to put almost everything on camera. That's why the rooms keep growing. Not because somebody has produced a secret Illuminati contract, not because there's a verified document proving Dean or Broner joined the Illuminati, but because the content itself gives people enough material to keep asking questions. The biggest question is whether we're watching two men who actually discovered some hidden world, or two entertainers who discovered that controversy pays. Think about that incentive, homie. If millions of people tune in because they believe you're involved in some secret society, why would you ever tell them anything different? The mystery becomes the business. The speculation becomes the promotion. The comments become the free advertising. And every accusation creates another clip, another reaction, another stream, another bag. That's the part nobody can ignore. Maybe the Illuminati talk was trolling. Maybe AB and Dean are playing characters. Maybe they believe some of the things that people are saying, or maybe there's something neither one of them has explained. Nobody watching from the outside can honestly claim to know. We can all just sit back and watch. That's exactly why I'm telling this story, because Dean the Great and Adrian Broner didn't just become characters in an Illuminati conspiracy. They became participants in the same conversation themselves. They put the idea into the room, and then they kept giving the internet new images to interpret. The demonic symbolism on their matching fits, skull heads, and other shit that is symbolic to being part of the Illuminati. The hair, the goats, the snakes, the humiliation, the matching clothes, the money. Each one can be explained individually. Put them all together and people start seeing a pattern. Is that pattern evidence? That's where everybody has to make their own decision, because maybe we're watching two entertainers willing to do anything for attention and money. Maybe we're watching a new form of live stream entertainment where embarrassment, controversy, and shock value are simply part of the business model. Or maybe Dean and AB were really trying to tell the audience something about being part of the Illuminati. Either way, one thing is undeniable. They opened the door and the internet walks straight through that bitch.
Wow. That makes a lot of damn sense now, doesn't it? It makes a lot of sense. They could have been trolling, but because of all these things align with what they have told us, what we have seen with the Illuminati, We believe now they have become the conspiracy that they have become part of Illuminati, right? We don't know, but he makes a lot of sense. Those type of things sell. You know, now people watching them. I definitely wonder why two men dress the same, why they turn their hair, you know, blonde. You know, what was the GOAT representation? Because the GOAT representation in Illuminati means one thing, you know, them dressing alike, stripping them of their identity. It makes sense to me. Don't have to be right, but he made a valid point. Over there in the kick and the streaming world, it keeps the views going, you know? So maybe they just jumped into these characters because people really think that the Illuminati exists, and they know these things are part of symbols and signs and things you have to do to be an Illuminati or to rise in rank in the industry. That is true. Or is it just the way they created a lot of money? Y'all let me know in the comments, but I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate you all for joining me. Make sure you hit that like. We're going to continue with the Illuminati and the oath, the Baphomet's head. I have some clips on that. I don't know. I'll be visiting the circus sometime today, but I haven't been glued to it, but I do watch some clips over there and see what's going on. But it's some weird shit happening. I don't know if they're just doing it for clicks and views. Are they selling their soul? And then I'm going to bring a video where my friend Didi got a podcast. I told you I'd go over there. He breaks down what is selling your soul. He breaks it down, how you compromise your moral, your values, and your beliefs for the love of money. That's selling your soul. You know, you have people say you can't sell your soul because your soul won't belong to the devil. I think when you look at it in reference to how he's talking, selling your soul is what these people will do that goes against their beliefs and the morals and values that you should have as one that you don't have. But I'm going to drop this link. I don't think anyone's going to come up again. If you guys want to continue to follow the saga of Blueface, wait. Oh, I don't have anything up there. What the hell was I going to drop the link? If you want to continue following that, it's over there at Blues Clues 124 on Kick. You just sign up for Kick, and you could go into any one of their streams. It's quite entertaining over there. The video I played for you earlier of Blue Stream, like I said, I felt that this guy told 100% truth about who he is, what he represents. He was very upfront with it. And I do believe he may have some type of love for all of those women. It's just a different style of love in the way that he chooses to show it. And it comes from him being traumatized. It's something to do with him and his mom. With that being said, you guys, damn, I'm 3 hours and 22 minutes. My leg is burned. I got to call Mommy to see what type of patches she had. Hey, I got some good stuff that I use for that, but however, it's giving me a fit. Normally, it'll last a couple of days, like maybe 2 or 3 days, and once I start to stretching and using my diclofenac, that it goes away. But no, this is lasting a long time, and so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully today I'll get some rest. I don't have much to do. It's raining. Or it was raining, so it's kind of messy out. So I may just chill for today. I don't know what you all doing, but I thank you so much for joining and listen. Hey, listen, tell a family member, subscribe. My subscribership went up a little bit. It went up a little bit. We getting there, baby. We over here doing our thing and we getting there. And I do truly like this show that I put on because it's variety. We talked about the Nolan Wells thing. We talked a little bit about Officer Coon and them. Then I went over to the circus. I told you a little bit about the circus. The woman who disappeared. Please be careful out there. Please, women and men, be careful when meeting someone. But she knew this gentleman. Unfortunately, she did end up unalived. You know, she ended up dead. So some words you still could say, they're not going to, ding you like that. Depends on how you say it. But anyhow, she ended up like that. My heart and prayers go out to her family. Oof, that's a tough one. But you women, be careful out there. Be careful with the men you run into, the Bluefaces. Yeah, be careful with that. Know your value, know your worth. You don't have to subject yourself to people treating you like that. But he said he's not going to treat them any different. He may soften up a little bit if Nevaeh could if she could just hang in there and take the abuse. He may soften up a little bit on her. I hope for her sake he soften up. Now, I know a lot of people call her dumb and stupid. They call these girls dumb and stupid. I got some names for them myself. I think they all are trauma bonded. They all got trauma. You hear their stories and you'll see they all have some type of trauma in their lives and they haven't dealt with it. And that's the way they bond. And their soul ties, I told you, demons are connected. Demons are hanging out with each other. And demons keep chaos going. Drama, confusion. They want to be famous. So they inviting all those spirits in so they could be famous. And this is the result of it. You guys be careful out there. I appreciate you for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button if you want to share it out. Hey, tell your friends. Tell your friends and family, hey, go subscribe to Mz.Teavalocity. Yes, do that. I appreciate it very much. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Let's get ready to get out of here. Let me get my clothes, my outro. I'm getting ready to create a new intro and outro. Well, you know what? Let me hit this right quick. I got to get some music to this. Again, thank you so much for your support.